All right, we're back for another week of fantasy football. Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Andrew Kiorkof, and welcome to our Week 2 live stream. Let's go ahead, mute the music, even though it is fantastic, and I'd like to play it for the entire stream. It might be a distraction. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. All right, so we are entering Week 2 of the 2021 fantasy football season. I'm ready. I got a lot more sleep this week than I did last week because last week there was a lot of uncertainty, but considering how much we have figured out over the last week and a half or so, I feel more confident this week than I did last because, again, we have a little bit more of an understanding as to how these coaches, how these players are going to be utilized in this upcoming week's games. Regardless, I want to thank you guys for, of course, coming out today. We will be trying to answer everybody's questions. Of course, we'll not be able to get to everyone because there will be a lot of you in here, but I'm going to try my very best. Now, first and foremost, like I always mention, the rankings that are to the left side of the screen. Am I hearing? Oh, goodness. Okay, so let me close that. Okay. I was hearing the music still, but yeah, anyway, the desktop audio was off, so it's no big deal. The rankings that are to the left of me are updated as of today. So, if you look to the left, those are my top 6 running backs, top 36 running backs, top 36 wide receivers, top 16 quarterbacks, and top 16 tight ends updated. Of course, not including Thursday night's game because it wouldn't include them if, of course, we're updating it as of today. Perfect. Also, my predictions for this week in terms of which teams I believe are going to win. Last week was a good old 500, 8-8 week. Can you imagine that? I thought I had that in the bag, but last week was just, it was tough. It was tough to say the least. I didn't expect the Jaguars to lose like they did. Didn't expect the Atlanta Falcons to get blown out as bad as they did. Anyway, nonetheless, thank you guys for coming. A lot of the rankings are to the left. I'm going to be answering questions that are being sent in via donation. I'm going to thank you guys for already going ahead and sending those in via those flex questions. I do appreciate it. All right, guys. Hope you guys are all doing well. Make sure that if you haven't yet already, you hit that like button. Really does make a huge difference in terms of helping grow the channel, helping kind of give us more exposure and more opportunities as the weeks go on throughout the 2021 fantasy football season. All right, let's go ahead. Let's begin. Mr. Nel Santiago, you've been around the channel for a while, man. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Some of these names that I see, you guys are the OGs, and it's crazy. All right, before I get to Nell's question, guys, last week a lot of you had this issue for some reason. Whenever you guys send in a donation, sometimes there's no message attached to it. Specifically, like Brian just sent in one, but Brian doesn't have a message attached to it, which is concerning because I wouldn't be able to answer anything that he sends in because there's nothing attached to it. So just keep an eye on that, guys. Make sure you attach a message to it so that I can get your questions answered and your lineups ready to go. Okay, we're going to be here till 10 a.m. Or my time, 10 a.m. But either way, next 2 hours dedicated to all things setting lineups. Here we go. Nel Santiago, thank you very much. Says PPR, I need 2. We have Tyson Williams, Jamal Williams for Detroit, and Cole Beasley. If I'm playing 2 in a full PPR, I'm most likely playing Cole Beasley and Jamal Williams. I think both of their work in the PPR game is just far too valuable to give up in terms of the amount of opportunity and the exposure they're going to get in those specific realms. So those are my 2 suggestions. Thank you very much, Nels. All right, so Brian, thank you for the donation. No message attached to it. I didn't see you post anything in the chat either. I tried to F3. Oh, there you are. Scroll down a little. Did you send in another one, Brian? Or because I see your message in the chat theoretically, right? Because I F3 functioned it, but just says scroll down a little. So, yeah, I don't see a message. Anyway, moving on. Coral, thank you very much. Says full PPR. I need a running back too. It's either James Conner or Kenyon Drake. So in a full PPR, automatically my mind goes to playing Kenyon Drake. This last week, I think he had 5 receptions for like 50 some odd yards against the Baltimore Ravens defense. He's going to be used very similarly in terms of being a PPR back. And now that Josh Jacobs is out, I know there's a lot of rumors about Peyton Barber. I'm not really concerned about the Peyton Barber usage, considering I do expect this to be a very pass-heavy approach from the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders today. So yeah, as right now, I'm playing Kenyon Drake over James Conner in a full PPR. As for your next question, for the flex, Devontae Parker, Christian Kirk, Tim Patrick, Dalton Schultz. I'm going to play Devontae Parker there. Out of the group, I feel most confident with him in the Bills matchup. As you guys, whoever had gone and watched my video yesterday via Hidden Gems, I really do think Devontae Parker is a really good play today. Thank you very much, Coral. Carlos Ruiz says full PPR, Devonta Smith or Cortland Sutton. I'm going to play Devonta Smith. I know that the top 2 cornerbacks for the 49ers are out today. Jason Verrett tore his ACL last week. Emmanuel Mosley is probably going to miss a second consecutive game. They did sign Josh Norman 2 weeks back, and he's expected to play today, but that does not concern me in any capacity. I don't think Josh Norman is at the level that he used to be when he used to play at Carolina, when they were really, a strong defense over there. But ever since he left Carolina, it just hasn't been the same. Thank you very much, Carlos. Let's see here. ENG the Gamer says Pitts or Gronk in a full PPR. I'm playing Pitts. Even in a half PPR, I'm playing Pitts. Thank you very much. Kai Tom says half PPR, Mitchell, Cooks, or Melvin Gordon III in a half PPR format. As of right now, I'm going to play Elijah Mitchell there. In my opinion, the order would be Elijah Mitchell, Melvin Gordon, and then Brandon Cooks in that consecutive order, half PPR. Thank you very much. Tyler T says Deontay Johnson or Brandon Cooks full PPR. I'm playing Deontay Johnson against that secondary. Brandon Cooks is going to be good. As you guys can see to the left of me, I do have Brandon Cooks ranked relatively high. I mean, in all things considered, number 31 is not a bad spot for him. Obviously, he outproduced that last week, but we're trying to play it safely. We're trying to obviously not exaggerate what happened against the Jaguars defense. I know that the Cleveland Browns gave up a lot of points to Tyreek Hill, but I still think that they're going to double cover Brandon Cooks for probably the entire game. Either way, just to kind of give you guys more perspective, for those of you who have kind of filtered in here as of the last couple minutes, all the rankings that are to the left of me are updated as of this morning, of course, September 19th, 2021. So you will not see any players from the Thursday night contest, and you will see a little bit of an adjustment based on rankings that you saw earlier in the week. It's all for half PPR for those of you who are interested, and 4-point per passing touchdown. Thank you very much. Okay, back into the donations. Anyway, thank you very much, Tyler. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Oh, okay. It automatically updated. I got to scroll back up. Sorry about that. Let's close this. Scrolling back up. Ahmad, thank you very much. It says Russell Wilson or Josh Allen. As of right now, I mean, they're my number 3 and 4 quarterbacks. I just really like the potential of what Josh Allen does. I mean, he doesn't technically have a running game. He is the running game. He scored, 8, 9, and 8 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons as the starting quarterback of this team. When they get down in the red zone, it's just all him. As for the matchup against the Miami Dolphins, they've won 4 consecutive times. They're typically averaging over 30-plus points against that defense as of the last 2 seasons. So I'm all in on Josh Allen in comparison to Russell Wilson, who could, get siphoned a touchdown by Chris Carson and only threw the ball 23 times this last week. I think that the potential and upside is certainly with Josh Allen. Anyway, thank you very much. Andy Wordlaw says Julio Jones, Mike Williams, or Corey Davis. Okay, between the 3 of those, I'm going to roll with Julio Jones, then Mike Davis, and Mike Williams, and then Corey Davis last in that exact order. Your second question was, okay, so that's for the wide receiver too. We've established that. The next question is James White, Tyson Williams, Kenyon Drake, or Mark Ingram. I'm going to assume that we're talking about regardless of what format, I'm still going to play Tyson Williams there as your RB2. Yeah, I'd play Tyson Williams over Drake and White as of this current moment in time. Even if it's a full PPR, I feel that just like we saw last Monday, there is a stability in terms of the PPR work that he's going to get. He's going to get targets out of the backfield based on what we've already seen. So that's good to go. And then you were saying Darius Leonard or Von Miller at linebacker. I don't really play very much IDP. So I couldn't give you a 100% confident pick. I don't know. I don't play any sort of IDP league. Haven't played that in over 10 years. So between the 2 of them, I'm sure you are at a far more knowledgeable perspective than I am at that current spot. So either way, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Andy. Michael says Higgins or Deontay full PPR. I'm going to play Deontay Johnson. Thank you very much. Skizzy says, I'm assuming based on your rankings, I should play Devontae Smith in the flex over Chark and Ayuk. That would be correct. Curious your thoughts on Ayuk. I would say he's a wait a week and let's see how he does. The Eagles matchup theoretically is a better one, despite everything we saw last week from the Falcons offense. But in my opinion, I think it's an automatic play that you just throw in Devontae Smith there. I know Chark's 12 targets were nice. That's why he is ranked within the top 30, I think. What do I have him today in my half PPR? I have him at number 32, not top 30. But anyway, but in comparison to Ayuk say, let's just wait. Let's see what happens. Let's see if his target count even moves, just a little bit, and what he's looking like in terms of snap counts. And in week 3, we'll kind of adjust and approach it accordingly. So yeah, for now, we're just going to sit and wait on Ayuk. But otherwise, Smith is the play there. Thank you very much, Skizzy. Christian sends in a donation. Thank you very much. Says Landry, Mike Evans, Elijah Mitchell, half PPR. That's a good question. In a full PPR, I'd play one of those receivers. But in a half PPR, I'm relatively confident with rolling with Elijah Mitchell there. I go Mitchell, Evans, Landry in that order, half PPR. Thank you very much, Christian. Decrypt says Mike Williams or Chase Claypool in a half PPR. Ooh, I mean, they're pretty much the same player. The only difference between these two is the target counts that we've seen thus far this season. I'm going to go with Mike Williams in that perspective. Again, Claypool does have a advantageous matchup, but I still think that Mike Williams does as well, based on the fact that they play against the Cowboys. It should be a relative shootout. So I'm going to go Mike Williams there, Decrypt. Thank you. Let's see. Brendan Bond says Drake, Gaskin, Hunt, PPR, pick 2. One is a flex, one is my running back 2. I'm going to play Kareem Hunt for sure. Not even a question. I mean, just look at what he was able to do against Houston last season. He's going to get a lot of work in that second half, so he's an automatic play. Then the question is between Kenyon Drake and, of course, Myles Gaskin. I think Myles Gaskin is going to get more work in the PPR game this upcoming week. Again, they do play against the Buffalo Bills. They're going to have to pass for probably the entire game. And in terms of the work on the ground, I think there's, in my opinion, more confidence in, I guess, the way I would put it is I have more confidence that Myles Gaskin might fall into the end zone than Kenyon Drake against that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So that's why I'd lean there. Otherwise, I think they'll both relatively have a similar kind of essence of targets. So they'll probably both be targeted like 7+ times. I just think that Gaskin will probably just get more of that work and higher upside there. So I'm going to go Hunt and Gaskin. Thank you very much, Brendan. Bo, thank you very much, says pick 2. We have Boyd, Shenault, Mike Davis, and James Robinson in a half PPR. To be honest, at this current moment in time, I'm going to play both the receivers. Because Mike Davis plays against Tampa Bay, I have no interest in playing him. James Robinson needs to prove it to me before I can throw him back into my lineup. I'd just rather go with the guaranteed points and the safe floors of, Tyler Boyd and Laviska Shenault. That's what I'm going to go with. Thank you very much, Bo. Let's see here. There was a donation sent in, but there's no message attached to it. Okay, Joel Garza, thank you very much. Sent a donation without a message. Sorry, full PPR. Need a flex option. Kirk, Waddle, Shenault, Brandon Ayuk, Marvin Jones, Terrace Marshall, or Mark Ingram. In a full PPR out of those options, I'm going to lean towards Jalen Waddle. Yeah, Waddle's my selection out of that group. Just to give you some perspective, in a full PPR, I'd probably go Waddle, then Shenault, then Christian Kirk. But yeah, I'm going to go Waddle as of this current moment in time. Thank you very much, Joel. Let's see here. Bold Roast 11. Let's see if I can F3 function and see if he sent in a message. Okay. Kenyon Drake over Kareem Hunt at the flex ? No. Kareem Hunt is really high in my rankings, guys. I mean, it's not even by accident. Like, Kareem Hunt is my number 15 running back this week. Of course, once we got rid of Antonio Gibson from the Thursday. I mean, what about Antonio Gibson, huh? Just get ready. J.D. McKissick's a waiver wire pickup this upcoming Monday. Tomorrow, you're going to hear it from me. But anyway, as of this current moment in time, yeah, I am 100% confident starting Kareem Hunt. He's at my number 15 as of updated. And then Kenyon Drake sits at number 30. Thank you. Let's see here. Puff Puff Pass Judgment says Melvin Gordon or Brandon Cooks in a full PPR. That is a great question. As of this current moment in time, let's say Melvin Gordon goes for 80 yards and a touchdown. That's a good game for him. That gets you like 14 points. And then, of course, Javonte Williams picks up the rest. On the other hand, you could very easily see, 6 catches and maybe even more upside from... Yeah, look, here's the thing. If Melvin Gordon doesn't score a touchdown, he is by far and away a significantly lesser play than Brandon Cooks. And I don't think there's ever been guaranteed touchdowns in fantasy. I'm going to lean towards Brandon Cooks in this matter. Even though I do think that Melvin Gordon has a fantastic matchup, I'm going to lean towards Brandon Cooks. I think his potential upside and his stability and floor in a full PPR just kind of gives him the edge there. Thank you very much, Puff. Let's see here. Got to scroll. All right, I got to catch up because you guys are flying in with these. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay. Again, really quickly, because I want to update everybody. There are 723 of you in here, 34 of you now in here. If you guys can, please click the like button. Really do appreciate it. Also, the rankings that are to the left of me are updated as a half PPR. Again, if you need one of your flex questions answered, send in a donation. Otherwise, check out the Patreon link down in the description. You can get all of your questions pretty much answered there with my full half PPR and full PPR flex rankings that are posted as of this morning on Patreon. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Joseph says, who would you start in the flex? Darrell Henderson, Elijah Mitchell, Javonte Williams, Marvin Jones. I played Darrell Henderson. Thank you very much. Jesse says, Elijah Mitchell, Gaskin, Mike Davis, non PPR. Elijah Mitchell, 100%. That's the reason why you picked him up, Jesse. Nate says, pick 2, Chenault, Tim Patrick, AJ Dillon, and Marquez Callaway. As of this current moment in time, I don't know what your scoring format is. If you guys can, if you're going to send in a question, please preference what your scoring format is, because it really does make a difference. I'm going to assume, let's say you play in a full PPR, because we're just going to roll with that. Between the group of players that you have kind of presented, I'm probably going to roll with Chenault and Callaway. Thank you very much, Nate. Kaleo says Javonte Williams, Jacoby Myers, or Brandon Ayuk in a full PPR. Man, that's a good question. As of this current moment in time, I think, I have Jacoby Myers as my number 37 wide receiver right now in a half PPR. And a full PPR, he's kind of in a similar spot. Is he better than Javonte Williams this week? It's kind of the same conversation that we had with Melvin Gordon versus Brandon Cooks. It's similar to an extent, because it's just a matter of who has a safer floor and who has the potential for upside. In this specific scenario, I'm willing to go Javonte Williams. Thank you very much. Tommy says, should I trade Antonio Gibson, Jerry Jeudy, and Chase Claypool for Brandon Ayuk, Aaron Jones, and Kenyon Drake? You know what? To be honest, I'm okay with that. The question, I don't mind that. I don't think you need Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake's like just a toss-up there. When I look at Jerry Jeudy, he's not going to be back for another 6 weeks or something like that. I'm okay with getting Aaron Jones in that trade. I'm fine with that, Tommy. Thank you. Antonio Jackson says half PPR flex. Mitchell, Edmonds, Corey Davis. I'm playing Edmonds there. Thank you very much. I believe I am, right? What's my ranking on the side? Because that's just off the top of my... Yeah, Chase Edmonds, number 20. Elijah Mitchell, 21. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Andrew S. says, flex dilemma. We have a full PPR format and need to play one. Drake, Jacoby Myers, Tyson Williams. That's a good question. I probably roll with... do I really want to... I'm going to go Jacoby Myers there. I like Tyson Williams. I just don't know what that offense is going to look like. I think as of right now, that offense is hurting pretty badly in terms of not getting, healthy. They're going to be missing Ronnie Stanley. They're starting left tackle. It's going to be rough. And they just activated Devontae Freeman. They said it's going to be a full rotation at the running back position. I don't want to wait and watch, Tyson Williams kind of be eked out of the lineup little by little. So I'd rather just roll with Jacoby Myers in a full PPR there. Thank you very much, Andrew. Cody Craven says Devontae Parker or Jamal Williams. To be honest, in a half PPR, I'm most likely going to roll with... Where am I going in a half PPR? All right, I'm just going to go look at my rankings. I don't even want to guess off the top of my head at this point. Here we go. Let's search function. Jamal. No, I have to control F. Jamal. Okay, Jamal Williams is at that number. And then we have Devontae. Where are you, Parker? Peter Parker. Okay, I have Jamal Williams ahead of Devontae Parker. So that's how I play it. That is my current suggestion. Cody, thank you very much. Wyatt Wallace says, missed week 1, but it's good to be back for another year. Thank you very much. It's literally on the screen, guys. I get it. No, I get it. Listen, that's what I keep telling people. A lot of people have flex questions, and I understand the need to figure out your flex. Hopefully, I can answer that with some of the donations that are sent in. But yeah, if you were looking for a running back versus a running back, if you're wondering whether or not Jamal Williams or Melvin Gordon should be played, I got Melvin Gordon at 24, and I have Jamal Williams at 25 this week, right? If you want to know whether you're playing Cooper Kupp or Jarvis Landry, Cooper Kupp's at 13, Jarvis Landry 28. Just so we're all on the same page. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Wyatt. Let's see here. Christmas says, Jameis Winston or Kirk Cousins, full PPR. The PPR doesn't matter. I'm playing Jameis Winston against Carolina. Thank you very much. Jesse says, Drake, Higgins, Landry, or Henderson, full PPR. Out of that group of players, I'm most likely, in a full PPR, I really do like Jarvis Landry this week against Houston. But does he have as much upside as the other guys? That's the question. All right, where's my full PPR rankings? Let's go to the spreadsheet. Where's Henderson on this thing? I've got Henderson behind T. Higgins, and then I'll most likely have him behind Jarvis, right? Where's Jarvis? I got to look him up. Jarvis, where are you, Mr. Landry? Yeah, I'm playing T. Higgins out of those group of players. Jesse, so I'd play Higgins, then Landry. Sorry, Higgins, then Henderson, then Landry, then Drake. Thank you very much. Phil, thank you. Sends in a question, says, happy week 2, my guy. I appreciate it. Yeah, imagine. It's only week 2. We got 16 more of these to go. It's going to be exciting. Out of these wide receivers, I need 2. We have Cooper Kupp, Juju Smith-Schuster, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Cole Beasley, Christian Kirk. Oh, it's automatic, Phil. I mean, you know who to play. I know you want my confirmation, but I absolutely know that you know what to do. Cooper Kupp, A.J. Brown, automatic plays there. No questions asked. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it, my man. Let's see here. Brian H. says, sorry, the message didn't post. No problem, Brian. Says Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. Josh Allen, 100%. I think he's got way more upside, especially in the matchup. Justin Herbert certainly is going to be in a shootout. But I think that Josh Allen's rushing work definitely gets him a little bit higher in terms of a 4-point per passing touchdown format. And as of your other question, Rondell Moore or Tim Patrick, I think Tim Patrick's the play between the two. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Reinhardt says, flex, either Gronk, Edmonds, Hines, or Gaskin. I'm playing Edmonds this week. Again, the Vikings defense is missing 3 starters. Anthony Barr for the 2nd week in a row. They're missing Hand, their cornerback, and then they're also missing Everson Griffin, who's in concussion protocol. They're going to be underhanded, in my opinion. I think even if this is a shootout, it keeps Edmonds in the overall game script, but ultimately it should be a very easy game for Edmonds to rack up a lot of receptions, get himself the yardage across the board, and be a great play. Thank you very much, Reinhardt. Phil, you sent in the same question again. Either way, I appreciate it. Thank you. Christian Cruz says, Deontay or Miles Sanders in a full PPR? That's a really good question. Man, I think Deontay's good, but I'm going to go Miles Sanders there. I like Miles Sanders. I think he's going to get a couple more receptions this week in the passing game. I think, what did he have, like 4 last week? I mean, we'll take that any day of the week. It's just really good overall base production. Maybe can accompany it with a touchdown this week. I know Arik Armstead and another one I think Dre Greenlaw's out for that defense. That defense is a little beat up after week 1. So I think Miles Sanders is the better play. Thank you very much, Christian. All right, Damani Taylor says flex. Okay, so for 2 leagues, here we go. Both are full PPR. Thank you very much. First one, we have Mike Evans, Mike Williams, Melvin Gordon, or Cortland Sutton. Okay, if we're picking a flex for both of them, specifically out of this one, and a full PPR, I'm going Mike Evans there. As for the second league, we have Mike Williams, Mike Evans, and Christian Kirk. Okay, so here's the thing. I prefer Mike Evans in both of these leagues. Now, with that being said, you can either play Mike Evans in both and be burnt by both leagues, or you play Mike Williams in one of them and Evans in the other, and you just split it down the middle, and you hope that they both play well. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea, considering I don't have Mike Williams that much farther behind Mike Evans this week. What do I have? Mike Evans at 21.5 PPR, and then Mike Williams at 26. Mike Evans overall, upside is decreased in a full PPR because I don't think he's never been a guy that's going to catch the ball 10 times in a single game. Never really has Mike Williams either. But as of this current moment in time, I think you should just split it down the middle. I think you go Mike Evans in one league, Mike Williams in the other, and just roll it that way. Thank you very much, Damani. A. Daniel says full PPR flex, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, or Justin Jefferson. All right, that's a great question. And then what was your okay? And yeah, my league idiotically let me draft and stack this team. Yeah, that's actually a pretty significant. I mean, I don't even know how you get all three of these guys at your flex. I'm assuming it's probably a smaller league. There's no way you're playing in a 10 or 12 team league. There's no way. Regardless of that, the whole question is who are you playing in the flex in this current position. Even in a full PPR, I think I'm just going to go with, oh man, I really like Najee Harris this week. You really don't have a wrong answer between the three. Obviously, you're looking for the most upside. But yeah, man, I mean, I think Najee Harris, having played 100% of the snaps last week, and then now gets to play against this Las Vegas defense, I think he's the automatic play there. That's my suggestion. Thank you very much. Moab says, full PPR, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Damian Harris, Darrell Henderson. To be honest, out of this group, I'm most likely running Damian Harris against the Jets. That's my suggestion. Thank you very much, Moab. Let's see here. Duzku says, happy week 2. Thank you very much. Happy week 2 to all of you guys as well. Good luck to everyone this weekend. Hopefully, we all catch a W. Start 2, Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, Robert Woods, Cortland Sutton. Okay, out of that group, we're obviously playing Calvin Ridley. And between T. Higgins and Robert Woods, I think Robert Woods has a better week 2 in comparison to week 1. So I'm going Ridley and Woods. As for your next question, flex, Damian Harris or one of the above receivers in a half PPR. I would play Damian Harris ahead of T. Higgins. So I'm going to play Ridley, Woods, Harris. That's my suggestion. Thank you very much. Logger says, Zeke or Ridley in the flex? Aaron Rodgers or Allen at quarterback? That's a good question. In a 4-point per passing touchdown league, I'm going Josh Allen. As for the flex, Zeke versus Ridley, for example, playing in a half PPR, I'm going to play Zeke there. I think there's just more stability overall. Let's see here. Peter says, and by the way, if you're playing in a full PPR between Zeke and Ridley, I'd go Ridley. Just putting that in perspective so we're all on the same page. Thank you. Peter says, please pick one wide receiver and one flex for a full PPR league. Waddle, Kirk, Tim Patrick, Henderson, Tyson Williams. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate the donation. Peter, my suggestion of full PPR is most likely going to look like, we're going to go Henderson, and do I want to play Tyson Williams over Waddle? I think they're going to throw the whole time. Waddle gets a lot of work this week, most likely. Yeah, I'm going to play Henderson and Waddle there. I appreciate it, Peter. Let's hear. Project Boy 22 says, would you start? Who would you start in the flex? We have Darrell Henderson or Chase Edmonds in a full PPR. In my opinion, Chase Edmonds in a full PPR is the way to go there. Darrell Henderson doesn't get any work in the passing game and most likely won't this week. Michael Williams says, start 1, Ingram, Hines, White, Callaway, Chenault. As of this group, I'm most likely playing Chenault. And then I'm playing Nyheim Hines as my second best option there. But first and foremost, I'm going to play Chenault just for the base floor of a full PPR, getting himself most likely like 7 receptions for 50 yards. 12 points automatic. The upside is incredible if he scores a touchdown or gets any more yardage or receptions. And then last week specifically, I mean, the Denver matchup, Sterling Shepard in the slot position found a lot of success there. Had over 100 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. Maybe, Chenault can surprise us this week. Get himself some production there. As of the next question you had, Michael says, start 1, floor over ceiling, AB, J-Rob, Jamal Williams, Elijah Mitchell, both are full PPR. So you prefer floor over ceiling? Oh, man. I mean, to be honest, between AB and Mitchell and Williams, is there technically a better floor option? Mitchell's not going to catch the ball, so he needs 100 yards on the ground. If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's in trouble. Jamal Williams is most likely going to be utilized a lot in a revenge matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Most likely catches the ball 4 or 5 times, but I really do think that AB's the better play out of this. Look, I think if you're just trying to find a safe floor, like if you're like, hey, listen, I just need 10 points, I think Jamal Williams most likely gets you that. As for if you're looking for upside, I think Antonio Brown is certainly the guy for that. especially against the Atlanta Falcons. Like if it's my team, Michael, I'm playing Antonio Brown there. Thank you very much. Damon Davis says Jamar Chase or Adam Thielen in the flex, and Big Ben or Mac Jones. Okay, full PPR, I'm playing Adam Thielen over Jamar Chase. As for Big Ben versus Mac Jones, I've kind of dropped my thought process on Big Ben. I know I had him higher earlier this week, but I do think Najee Harris is going to be a huge part of this offense. As for Big Ben versus Mac Jones, where's my rankings? Excel sheet. 4 point per passing touchdown. Scroll. We have Big Ben at 17. We have Mac Jones at 19. I'm going to go Big Ben there. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Moving on. We have Geraldo. Says, hello, Andrew. Pick 2. Julio Jones, Mike Evans, and or Elijah Mitchell. Full PPR, needs ceiling. As of this current moment in time, if we're going for ceiling there, I'm most likely going Julio and Mike Evans. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, give me a second. I got to scroll back up. I'm trying to catch up, everyone. Just really quickly, want to remind everyone, there's 850 of you in here. And I understand. Listen, I don't even go to some channels and smash the like button every time. I get it. I understand. I'll go to a YouTube video that I watch, and they'll say, you know what, smash the like button. Really do appreciate it. And I don't even do it. So I understand your hesitancy to do it. But I'm going to make a pitch. Please help me. If you don't hit the like button, I'm going to be trapped here in this ultimate universe here in the middle of nowhere for the next 7 years. And if you don't hit the like button, I'm gonna be in shambles. Maybe my hair grows back by the time you guys see me again. Maybe I won't show up next week. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. But I don't want to be stuck in this this realm that I'm stuck in as of this moment in time. So make sure you hit that like button. You see, there we go. There it is. Okay, the pitch is working. Well done. Anyway, really quickly, for those of you who have trickled in over the last couple minutes, the rankings to the left of me are updated as of this morning. That's my top 36 running back, wide receiver, top 16 quarterback, and tight end rankings for a half PPR, 4 point per passing touchdown format. So if you're wondering which of the 2 running backs to start, which of the 2 wide receivers to start, 2 tight ends, quarterbacks, bada boom, it's on the screen to the left of me. Thank you very much. Do appreciate you guys hitting the like button. I probably won't be stuck here anymore, but I appreciate that, guys. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, so we did. Okay, Paul Caps is full PPR sit 1 out of CEH, Darrell Henderson, Kareem Hunt. I'm gonna sit Darrell Henderson there in a full PPR. I mean, again, CEH is gonna get the work in the PPR game. So is Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt plays against a fantastic matchup. Henderson has a tougher one. So yeah, I'm going CEH and Hunt. There are my 2 plays. I'm sitting Henderson. It says or sit 2 of flex Mike Williams. For the stack upside with Herbert. I mean, no, I'm fairly certain that I'm going to play CEH and or Kareem Hunt over Mike Williams there. Paul, appreciate it though. Nivek says Devontae Smith or Jamal Williams in a standard league. To be honest, we're looking for upside, specifically touchdown upside in a standard league. And between the 2 of those options, I really do think that we'll see a lot less utilization of Jamal Williams, specifically in the yardage game. The touchdown, again, was a garbage time one. May happen again this week, but you never know. But I'm going to go Devontae Smith there. Thank you very much, Nivek. Kenneth Williams, thank you very much, says Henderson, DJ Moore, or Kyle Pitts in a full PPR. Ooh, man, that's a good question. As of right now, I'm leaning towards DJ Moore. I really do like Kyle Pitts. I don't know why he's not as your starting tight end, Kenneth, but I guess you're benefiting from another beast being there. Either way, yeah, I'm going to go with DJ Moore there. I appreciate it. Alexander Raw. Alexander Raw, you've been around the channel for a while, man. I remember that name. Whew. This is a couple weeks. Listen, just like a rule of thumb. For those of you who have been with the channel for a very long time, if you can tell me in the chat who the person, my very first season was the player that I referred to as the player who shall not be named. If you can tell me who that was, then I know you're an OG. And, we're not trying to, flex on each other with OG, but I'm just, I know these names. Like I've recognized them over the years. Anyway, Alexander Raw, full PPR, super flex, Darnold, Taylor, Garoppolo, Goff, Landry, Mike Williams, pick 2. Okay, so this is a super flex league. Aren't you playing both quarter? Okay, so let's say, for example, you have 1 flex and 1 super flex, right? If you're playing a flex here, I'm playing Darnold. If you're playing if you're playing a super flex here, you're playing Darnold. If you're playing a regular flex, you're playing Jonathan Taylor, right? Yeah. So you have to play the quarterback though. Just letting you all know. Okay, let's see here. Did anybody get that question correct? That who shall not be named? No, it's not Ray Rice. It's not Mixon. It's not Eckler. No, I'm talking about first season. Mark Ingram, nope. You see, the OGs aren't out here. Where are the OGs? Where are they at? All right, anyway. Craig Newman, thank you very much, says Mark Andrews, Noah Fant, Deontay Johnson, Elijah Mitchell. I need one tight end and one flex. I'm going to play Mark Andrews this week. As for your flex, if this is a half PPR, I'm going to go Elijah Mitchell. If it's a standard Elijah Mitchell, otherwise full PPR, we go Deontay Johnson there. Okay. David Reynolds says you missed my donation. I don't think I've gotten to it. I could scroll down and look, but I don't think I've even gotten to it yet. Let me look. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to it yet. We're still getting there. We're still getting there. We'll get there, Dave, Mr. Reynolds. David Johnson? No, it's not David Johnson. Man, nobody knows, huh? Let me see here. People are saying David Johnson, Ronald Jones, no. Devontae Parker, no. Jamal Charles, no. Listen, if Jamal Charles was active when I was doing this, that would have been fantastic. But no. Sermon's active, I know. Man, nobody knows, huh? Damn, the OGs are not out anymore. It's okay. I didn't have that many viewers back then anyway, so I don't expect many of you guys to remember that and or have seen that. But it was a 10-week thing. I'll tell you by the end of the episode who it was. Or maybe we'll keep it a secret. I don't know. We'll see. Terrence Peterson says, Chris Carson, Antonio Brown, DeAndre Swift. Who am I playing in the flex full PPR? I'm playing DeAndre Swift there. Thank you very much. Let's see here. We have Tyler saying full PPR flex, Elijah Mitchell, Jamal Williams, Chenault. Between the bunch there, I'm probably still playing Elijah Mitchell, then Jamal Williams, then Chenault. Thank you. Jay says Deontay, Mike Williams, Jamar Chase, Darrell Henderson. Out of that group of players, I'm probably going Deontay Johnson, then Henderson, then Chase, then Williams. Thank you, Jay. Poseidon says full PPR, Chase Edmonds or Elijah Mitchell in the flex. I go Chase Edmonds there. Revenant wide receiver says half PPR, need one running back, one flex. We have Mike Davis, Latavius Murray, Trey Sermon, DJ Chark, and or Waddle. All right, so if we're picking one running back out of this group of players, I'm playing Latavius. You know what? It's a half PPR. Yeah. Okay, then we have to. Oh man, I don't want to play Mike Davis in a half PPR. I truly don't. Therefore, I won't. So I'm going to suggest you go Latavius Murray there at the running back position. As for Chark versus Waddle, we go Chark. Thank you very much. All right. Did I miss anybody? No, right? We got that. Okay, cool. Isaiah Sanchez says full PPR. I need a flex. Play one of Miles Sanders, Elijah Mitchell, Cole Beasley. I'm playing Miles Sanders there. Thank you very much. Let's see. Definitely Gurley? No. Listen, it was a person that back in 28. Oh, man. Someone had said it, but they didn't actually mean to say it. Wasn't Des Bryant. Nah. Wasn't T.Y. Hilton. No. Back in 2018, there was a player that, okay, Isaac. That's not, that's just shameless. Absolutely shameless. No, it wasn't Matt Forte. Okay, anyway. But I don't think anybody's going to get it. If you haven't gotten it yet, you probably won't. You won't remember. Anyway, Erwin Ball. Actually, yeah, we did Isaiah Sanchez. Oh, no, we didn't. Hold on, wait. So we did Revenant wide receiver, Isaiah Sanchez, Miles Sanders. That was my suggestion. Yep. Okay, Erwin Ball says DJ Moore, Jarvis Landry, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jacoby Myers, Mike Williams, flex, full PPR. I'm playing one wide receiver, one flex. So I'm going to play DJ Moore, and then I'm going to play Mike Williams. Thank you very much. All right. Najee sent in a donation, but there's no message attached to it. Najee, I don't see a message attached to your question. So, yeah. What's the question? All right. The question is, back in season 1 of this channel, okay, when I was getting hundreds of views. And, I was doing it, I was working 10 hours at my office job and then coming in here and trying to put together the best content I possibly could. There was a player that I referred to as the player who shall not be named. And Floyd just got it correctly. It's Jarvis Landry. Well done. Well done. The OGs are here still. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Kicks for Mike says, love the videos. Thank you very much. Standard League, Flex, Swift or Deontay? We're going to play Swift there. Thank you. Phil with another question says, how do you handle the flex spots weekly? I find it difficult sometimes to figure out what to do with either running back or wide receiver. All right, so there's a simple rule of thumb, Phil. If, for example, you play in a full PPR and you're looking at my rankings, okay? Typically, unless the running back is a top, let's say unless the running back is a top 18, top 17 play, and they're consistently getting PPR receptions, I'm more likely to play a top 30 wide receiver at times. Really, I will. Because the receiver in a full PPR is that much, more of a safety play overall, and honestly has more upside. So that's like a rule of thumb there that I typically try to use, but it does vary at times based on the type of running back and or the receiver, right? Because if it's a receiver that doesn't catch the ball as much, then he's most, and in comparative to a running back that catches the ball all the time out of the backfield, like a Gaskin versus a Mike Evans, like there's conversations to be had there. It's not always black and white. There is some gray areas in between that do vary, but either way, just a rule of thumb there, Phil. Tommy Hennessy says, Allen Robinson or Lockett? I'm going to play Lockett there. I think Allen Robinson's a fantastic play, but nonetheless, but Lockett against the Tennessee secondary is just free. Sam said, okay, so yeah, okay. Let me make sure I didn't skip. Okay, cool. Sam was saying Devontae Smith or Bobby Trees. I'm going to go Robert Woods there. Thank you very much, Sam. Timmy says full PPR, pick one for the flex. James Conner, Tyler Boyd. I'm going to play Tyler Boyd there. Conner does not get any PPR work, and nor was he effective on the ground last week, even in a matchup in which they were winning by 20 points, and he still wasn't getting anything on the ground. JP says, reasoning for Deontay over A-Rob. Do I have Deontay Johnson? I don't have Deontay. You mean Deontay under A-Rob? Is that what you meant? Because Allen Robinson is going to catch the ball way more times. Like in a perfect world, of course, we would have Allen Robinson as a top 12 wide receiver because that's what his potential is. But I don't know which quarterback we're going to see. Are we going to see a good Andy Dalton or a bad one this week? I don't know. That's why Allen Robinson drops to this point. But I think you meant, why do we have Deontay Johnson below Allen Robinson? If you want to play him, I think they're relatively close. If you think Deontay Johnson has more upside, by all means, you roll him out there. I'm not going to argue against that. I just think that Deontay Johnson does have a lot to compete with in terms of targets in comparison to Allen Robinson, with Montgomery not catching as many passes out of the backfield. It just seems like Allen Robinson, Mooney's, still trying to get there with the quarterback play. Cole Kmet's not really getting too much yet, but Robinson will certainly be peppered with targets today. Let's see here. Sinclair Kimball says Mitchell, Antonio Brown, flexible PPR. I'm playing Antonio Brown there. Thank you. David Reynolds, here's your question. Says Elijah Mitchell in the full PPR or Mike Williams. Love the videos. Thank you very much. All right. So, like I was mentioning earlier, it depends. This is the rule of thumb is thrown into question, whether or not a full PPR wide receiver versus a running back of this caliber is worth it. Give me a second. Where do I have Mike Williams in my full PPR rankings? So we've got Mike Williams all the way there. What is that, number 48? I think I have him ahead of Elijah Mitchell. Where's Mr. Mitchell here? I do, in fact, have Mike Williams ahead of my Elijah Mitchell, and that's how I'm going to play it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. David. Joseph Peke, I don't know if, there wasn't a message attached to it, so I appreciate the donation. There's just no message attached to it at this moment in time. Let's see here. Fainsky. That's another one of these OGs. Remember the name. Starting Kyler, Taysom Hill, Najee Harris. Wait, you mean Tyreek? Okay, Tyreek Hill. Sorry. My bad. I saw T Hill and I was like, immediately I went Taysom Hill for a second. I thought it was, anyway. Kyler, Tyreek Hill, Najee Harris, Edmonds, Jonnu. I need a wide receiver and a flex. Okay, we have Mitchell, Corey Davis, Cole Beasley, Landry, Hines, J-Rob, full PPR. Out of the group of players that you've just mentioned, in a full PPR scoring format, I'm going to be running with Jarvis Landry as your wide receiver and Elijah Mitchell in the flex. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. W Mike 1981 says Bobby Trees or DJ Moore full PPR. I'm going to go with DJ Moore there. Thank you very much. Richard Tolbert says full PPR, super flex. My opponent has Dak. I have Cooper and Lamb. Should I start both? Yes. My receivers are Diggs. Oh, wait, hold up. My receivers are Diggs, DK, AB, Julio, and those two. So I'm playing Diggs this week. That is for certain. It's not even a question. As for the Cooper or Lamb, I'm going to play Amari Cooper there as your second wide receiver. If you could start a third wide receiver, I'd throw Lamb in there. But if you can't and you can just pick two, I'm going Cooper and Diggs. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeshua Sargent says flex full PPR TJ Hawkinson or Julio Jones. That's a good question. Where's my rankings with this Hawkinson fellow? I think I might have him higher. Yeah, I have TJ Hawkinson higher. I knew I had him higher. Is that full PPR? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go TJ Hawkinson there over Julio this week. Thank you. Damon Smith, thank you very much for the generous donation. Says full PPR Waddle or Javonte Williams. That is a really good question. I'm not even going to think about it. Where's my rankings? I have these set here for a reason. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Javonte Williams over him, though. I just need to confirm it. Okay, so we have Waddle at the good old number 69. Where's Javonte? Javonte Williams at 59. Yep, I'm going to play Javonte Williams there over Waddle. Thank you very much. Where art thou? Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Damon. Use a Nerd says 2 QB league, PPR, start Trevor Lawrence or Goff. I'm going to play Trevor Lawrence. I don't want to touch Goff. That's the best I've ever seen Goff play, and he was with the Rams, and I watched him every Sunday for a couple years, and that's the best I've ever seen him play in a very long time. So, is it a new Goff? I don't know. It seems like he played against the second-string defense for majority of that fourth quarter and found a lot of garbage time in order to come back. So, as of right now, I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence there. Phil says, I knew I did that. Buttons on my computer are sticky. Always want to support, even if it's by accident. Love the content. Thank you very much, Phil. I appreciate that. Falcon Beast 9 says Brandon Cooks or Drake full PPR. I'm going to play Brandon Cooks there. Thank you. Steven Drake's another one of the OGs. Says full PPR flex. Hines, Latavius Murray, Zach Pascal. Don't even ask me about Zach Pascal. We're not playing him, even if he plays well. Brandon Ayuk. Okay, so in the first league, between those group of players, I'm playing Nyheim Hines. Thank you very much. As for the second league, you have Mike Davis or Tyson Williams. I'm going to play Tyson Williams. Thank you very much. Damani Taylor says full PPR Mike Williams or Fournette. That is a good question. Man. Yeah, I'm probably still going Mike Williams there. I want to play Fournette. I really do, but I think Mike Williams is probably a smarter play there. That's why I probably just go in that direction. Flight Zone Music says, I see your rankings, but curious about Tannehill or Big Ben. Your thoughts? As of right now, Big Ben, the issue that I have with Ben Roethlisberger is that he didn't look very good last week, and his offensive line scares me. So if, in fact, they get into a situation where they're just running the ball and they're finding little success passing because that pass rush is getting there. I mean, Yannick Ngakoue and I almost said Mason Crosby. I forget the guy's first name, Crosby. Either way, the defensive end. They looked really good last week. Now, the issue is if Big Ben is under pressure the whole game and he's just getting smushed and the running game is effective, then they'll just run the ball the whole game. And, slowly but surely, Big Ben is kind of like isolated out of this entire scheme. But the thing about Tannehill is that, yeah, that was his worst game that I've seen in a very long time, but he's been relatively consistent. He's typically at 250 yards, 2 touchdown guys every single game. And that's why I'm just going to kind of, based on consistency of play throughout the last 26 regular season games that he's proven, I'm just going to kind of lean with the consistency there in a relatively good matchup as well, even against Seattle's secondary. So that's just it. It's based on consistency. It's not really liking him more. Max Crosby, thank you very much, Will. Mad Max Crosby. Mad Max Fury Road is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know if you guys have seen Fury Road, the newer one with, what's his name? Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. That is a fantastic movie. My God, that is a masterpiece. George Miller put together gosh. You guys know me in my movies, man. I love those movies, but holy moly, Fury Road is incredible. Okay, Jacob says, should I try to trade Jacobs and Leonard Fournette should I try to trade Jacobs or Leonard Fournette and Corey Davis for Hunt. I don't think you I mean, if you're desperately in need of a running back, you can. If you already have wide receiver depth and you don't need Corey Davis, okay. I don't mind sending Leonard Fournette and Corey Davis for Hunt if your roster's already stacked and like your best receiver off your bench is already going to be a Jamar Chase or a T. Higgins or something like that, and you don't really need Corey Davis. So I'm okay with that, just as long as you don't need the wide receiver there, because I think Hunt is significantly better than Leonard Fournette rest of the season. It's just a matter of whether or not that loss at the wide receiver position is going to play a big role in how you start your lineups going throughout the weeks. Damian Kelly says full PPR, Antonio Brown, Adam Thielen at the flex. Okay, between the two of them, in a full PPR, I think it's technically safe enough to play Adam Thielen and just be okay with that. I personally am I'm going for Antonio Brown. I mean, let me go check my rankings full PPR. I'm fairly certain I still where are we at here? Full PPR wide receivers. Antonio Brown, I moved him to 12. No. I moved him to 15. I have Adam Thielen at 14 in my full PPR. All right, we're playing Adam Thielen. I'm going to go with what I have. Man, it is tough because, it is tough. I think Antonio Brown is a really good play this week, but I'm going to listen to what Andrew decided last night before his official rankings. I'm going to go with Adam Thielen there. I appreciate it. Your second question was CeeDee Lamb and Stephon Diggs. Never mind. That was just you were prefacing. CeeDee Lamb and Stephon Diggs are already your starters. Yeah, I go with Adam Thielen there. Poner Kills All Troll says standard Edmonds, Mitchell, J-Rob. I'm going to go Mitchell there. Thank you very much. Craig Newman says, I think you missed my question. No, I got it. I mean, but either way, if you want to send another one, you can. I don't know if you... Listen, guys, oftentimes, if you send in a message, it'll take me 10, 20 minutes to get there because there's a lot. So I do appreciate it. Just got to be patient with it either way. Just to re-answer your question, Craig, you were asking you need a tight end and you need a flex. I was saying that I want to play Mark Andrews there for sure over Noah Fant. And as for the other players in a half PPR scoring format, what was it again? You had Elijah Mitchell and Deontay Johnson. I was relatively certain that I went with Elijah Mitchell there. Thank you very much. John says 12-team half PPR needs some upside, of course. 2 wide receivers. Okay, cool. So, of the players that you have here, you have Debo, Mike Williams, Corey Davis, DeAndre Swift. You're obviously going to play DeAndre Swift. I'm going to play DeAndre Swift at the flex. As for the wide receiver position, I'm going to play Debo there. Thank you very much, John. Chief sends in a question. Thank you very much for the donation. Very generous. Good day, sir. Miles Sanders, Darrell Henderson, AB, Deontay Johnson. Would you sit any of them and play Edmonds versus the Vikings in a half PPR? As of this current moment in time, no. I would play all 4 of those over Edmonds. Thank you very much. Eddie says, I have Damian Harris and Clyde Edwards-Helaire for flex in a full PPR. I was just wondering your reasoning for having Harris ranked higher. Okay, now Harris is ranked slightly higher in a half PPR, but in a full PPR, we're switching it. I'm going to play Clyde Edwards ahead of him because I do expect Clyde Edwards to catch the ball 5 or more times today against that defense that, again, is certainly struggling over there in Baltimore. So as of this current moment in time, yes, Harris does have the advantage in a half PPR because the value of those receptions aren't as much. But in a full PPR scoring format, I do have Clyde Edwards-Helaire ahead of Damian Harris just to confirm. So, yeah, you're good to play CEH there, in my opinion, the flex. Thank you very much, Eddie. Jimmy Crumbs says full PPR, flex, Aguilar, Chenault, Gage. We're going to leave Gage for a second, okay? So we'll get to the second team in a bit. Aguilar, Chenault, that is the question. Where are my rankings? I'm relatively certain I have Chenault ahead of him. Chenault's at 40. Aguilar is at 43. I'm going to play Chenault there. Thank you very much. Now, as for your follow-up question, it was, and I quote, Jimmy, Darrell Henderson, Allen Robinson, flex, full PPR. I'm going to play Allen Robinson there. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Okay, scrolling back up. I got to catch up. What time is it? It's almost 9. All right, cool. So, oh my God, I am behind, aren't I, today? Okay, I'm going to go through these quickly. Here we go. Mike P. from NYC, thank you very much. Familiar name. Says, need 2 running backs and a flex, half PPR, Davis, Hunt, Robbie, Myers, Devontae. Okay, as of the RB2, I am for sure playing Kareem Hunt there. Not even close. As for your flex, I'm going to play Devonta Smith. Thank you very much. Udai Shera says, Deontay Johnson or Deebo Samuel at the flex. As of this current moment in time, I'm pretty confident with Deontay Johnson there. They are relatively next to each other. Even in a full PPR, I think they're right next to each other. So there's no wrong answer, but I personally feel like Deontay Johnson has a higher upside of scoring this week. Sauceman says, missed my dono. I didn't see your name, Sauceman. I'm going to be honest. Half PPR, Tyson Williams, Juju Smith, or Jacoby Myers. I'm playing Tyson Williams there. Did you really send in another one, Sauceman? Let me see here. Control F. Did I actually miss it, Sauceman? No, I mean, this is your first one. I don't know. This is your first one. Either way, we answered the question, Tyson Williams over Jacoby and Juju. Thank you. AS says Cardinals or Saints defense. As of this current moment in time, I'm rolling with the Cardinals defense. Thank you very much. R8 Dr. Nation says Chenault or Jacoby Myers in a half PPR. I'm going to go Jacoby Myers there. Thank you very much. Sam says, don't think you read mine. Trust me, I did. Guys, I'm telling you, just be patient. I'm getting there. I did read yours, but I'll go ahead and answer again, Sam. I was talking about playing Robert Woods over Devontae Smith. Thank you very much. Moving on to Brian Pippin. It says flex, non-PPR, Hunt or Godwin, and Tyson Williams or Aguilar. Okay, so if we're playing in a non-PPR, I'm going to play Kareem Hunt, and then I'm going to play Tyson Williams. Thank you very much. Will Lane says half PPR, need a flex, Deontay Johnson or Jonathan Taylor. Automatically playing Jonathan Taylor, not even close. The way that David Montgomery was able to slice through that defense, and the fact that the offensive line for the Colts is getting a huge upgrade. Eric Fisher, former All-Pro, former left tackle for the Chiefs, he is playing this week, made a huge recovery in very quick fashion to come back from that Achilles injury. He's ready to go. I think they're going to be able to run the ball very easily against the Rams today in Indianapolis. Anyway, Gibson didn't do much on Thursday, so I need a big play. Yeah, I still think that Jonathan Taylor's your guy there, Will. Maurice Drake says 12-team full PPR. Who do you think should be my wide receiver 3, Mooney or Callaway? I would honestly play Callaway. Callaway was locked down last week by Jair Alexander. We know how good he is. He's one of the top 5 corners in the National Football League playing for the Green Bay Packers. I think that a lot of it, of course, Callaway's lack of opportunity was because the corner coverage was just sublime. And to be honest, when we look at what the Carolina Panthers were giving up to Corey Davis last week, I think there's a chance that Callaway goes for one of those kind of games. That's my suggestion. Bob sends in a question. Says, James Conner or Gronk in the flex? I'm going to play Gronk. Not even kidding. 100%. Just roll Rob Gronkowski out there. Michael says, so Andrew, I'm in a conundrum here. I was fortunate enough to get Elijah Mitchell off the waivers, but now I literally have to I have the entire Niners freaking backfield. What the heck happens if and when Jeff Wilson comes back? To be honest, Michael, I have no clue. When Jeff Wilson comes back, I personally think that he's the best running back in that backfield immediately based off of how well he was producing at the back end of last year. But again, he is coming off of an injury that's not that big of a deal. I think he immediately comes in and makes a difference. And considering how much Kyle Shanahan likes to rotate running backs, I think you're going to be in trouble when Wilson comes back. But that's not for another, 4 or 5 weeks? Either way, you'll be fine. But for now, you roll with him, Elijah Mitchell, until, of course, you figure it out. WX11 says half PPR, Antonio Brown or Corey Davis. Antonio Brown, no questions asked. Moad Sharif says full PPR, Jamar Chase against Chicago or Claypool versus Las Vegas Raiders. Explain why, please. As of right now, in a full PPR, the guy that's most likely going to get more receptions is Jamar Chase because he'll probably get even more targets. Chase Claypool is not a, pepper him with 10-plus targets kind of guy because they do have Deontay Johnson. They, of course, have Juju Smith-Schuster. They have Eric Ebron, Pat Freiermuth. They have, of course, Najee Harris. They've got a lot of receiving options there in comparison to Jamar Chase, who is the number one in that offense. In comparison to Jamar Chase or Claypool, who's probably the number 3 receiving option, at best number 2 in a good matchup if he scores a touchdown. But as of right now, in terms of who's getting more targets this week and who has a higher upside of PPR, receptions leading to their success, I think that's Jamar Chase. Logert says, been with you for a while, buddy. Please never shave. Do not worry, I will not. Don't worry. The only way that I ever shave is if someone wants to make a very generous donation and pay off some of my student loan bills. Okay, that's the only time I'd ever consider it. You understand? That's it. That's the only time. Those student loans need to be paid off eventually, though. We'll see. Rufus Vaughn says full PPR Tyson Williams or Corey Davis. Between the two of them, I think you're safer off going with Tyson Williams there this week. Thank you very much, Rufus. G-Walk says PPR flex Melvin Gordon or Jacoby Myers. I'm going to play Melvin Gordon there. Thank you. Good 7 says Colts at home or 49ers on the road. Which defense would you play? I'm going to play the 49ers there. I don't trust the Colts defense against Matthew Stafford. You're asking the Rams fan too. Sandy says, hi, Andrew. Been following for 3 years. Great advice. Thank you very much, Sandy. Says full PPR. Pick 2. I need a wide receiver 2 between Mike Evans, Justin Jefferson. Is that A.J. Brown or Antonio Brown? I'm going to assume that's Antonio Brown. Julio Jones, Waddle, Chark. Okay, so if we're looking for to pick 2 wide receivers out of this group, I'm playing Justin Jefferson for sure. And then I'm also going to play Antonio Brown there. Even if it is A.J. Brown, I'll play A.J. Brown there. But either way, so J.J. and A.B. And then as for Broncos or Steelers defense, as of this current moment in time, I'm fairly certain in my rankings, I have the Broncos ahead of the Steelers. Let me go check here. Broncos at 4, Steelers at 5. Okay, well, yeah. I'm still going to go Broncos there because that's how I've kind of set it up. Do appreciate it, Sandy. Duffman, 7793 says full PPR, Jamal Williams, Damian Harris. Okay, I'm going to play... If he catches the ball 4 times, 40 yards, gets a couple... No, let's go Damian Harris there. I play Damian Harris there, Duffman. Chris says Leonard Fournette, Elijah Mitchell, Robbie Anderson, full PPR. In a full PPR format, I'm playing Leonard Fournette there. Thank you very much, Chris. Another Chris says, start 1, half PPR. Henderson, Aguilar, Claypool. I'm going to play Henderson. Thank you. Buffalo Anarchist says, I have Jefferson, Metcalf, and Lamb starting right now with Chase on the bench. Is it worth putting in Chase for matchup reasons? Full PPR? Nah. I think the other guys are in pretty good matchups as well. So you're good with the 3 guys that are your studs. Trey Brown says, should I trade Mark Andrews for Chase Claypool? Excuse me. And Jonnu Smith in a full PPR? Nah, you want Mark Andrews. I already have Terry McLaurin and Brandon Cooks. Yeah, I don't think that really meant. Should I trade Mark Andrews for... I already have Terry McLaurin, Diggs, and Cooks. Yeah, you don't need a wide receiver, so I don't know why you would trade for Claypool in this scenario in a full PPR. Claypool does not have that much value in a full PPR. Yeah, if he scores touchdowns, he's great, but I think you need to keep Mark Andrews going forward, Trey Brown. Thank you. Let's see. Response says, dumpster dive play, Peyton Barber or Hunter Henry? Holy moly. Is that really where we're at? Oh, man. If Peyton Barber gets lucky, he scores 7 points tonight. Like, literally, they get to the 1-yard line, and then he's handed off the ball, goes for 1 yard and 1 touchdown. That's the best case scenario tonight for Peyton Barber, okay? So 6.1 points. Can we expect Hunter Henry to score more than that? If he gets 3 catches for 30 yards in a full PPR, let's play Hunter Henry, right? Okay, cool. Derek Just says full PPR, flex, DJ Chark, Waddle, or Fournette. I'm going to play Fournette there. Thank you very much, Derek. It's close between him and Chark, but I like Fournette. Carl says, hey, Andrew, you're the best fantasy YouTuber. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Should I start T. Higgins or Robert Woods for my wide receiver 2? As of this moment in time, I'm going to lean towards Robert Woods. I think he'll have a far better week than he did in week 1. Also have Devontae Smith. Yeah, I'm still going to go Robert Woods there. Appreciate it. Steven C. says PPR, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Smith, or Ayuk. I'm playing Deontay Johnson. Thank you very much, Steven C. Danny Harvey says 12-man, full PPR. We have Jefferson, Woods. Where did my water go? I swear I had a water here. Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Full PPR, Jefferson, Woods, Deontay Johnson, Chase, Myers. Start 2 and 1 flex. Okay. I'm playing Justin Jefferson. I'm playing Deontay Johnson. And I'm playing Woods in the flex. Thank you very much, Danny. Alexander Drucker says half PPR, Watkins, Tim Patrick, MVS. Small. Okay, so between the 3 of those guys, I'm playing Tim Patrick. Then MVS, then Watkins in that exact order. Same league, Philip Lindsay, Larry Roundtree, Peyton Barber, Michael Carter. Holy moly, that's a terrible situation. I'm playing Philip Lindsay there. You got to hope he steals a touchdown late. Thank you very much, Alexander. Alejandro says, hey, Andrew. Boyd, Rieger, Mooney. Full PPR flex. I'm playing Boyd there. Thank you. Joe Small says Ayuk or Callaway. I'm going to play Callaway there. Thank you very much, Joe Small. Kobe says, RIP Kobe. Myers or Gaskin in a full PPR flex. I'm going to play Myers there. Thank you very much. Hookie V says, my man. Yeah, I mean, listen, Hookie, you've been here for a while too, man. I need 3 for a full PPR. Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Godwin, or Najee Harris. I mean, why do you got to hit me with the my man and then also hit me with a horribly difficult question? Man, that sucks. Okay, as of this current moment in time, I'm playing Cooper Kupp, I'm playing Godwin, and I'm playing Najee Harris, and I'm leaving Lockett on the bench. It's horrible. It hurts for me to say, but I'm doing it. Let's see here. Drew sends in a question, says Swift, Robbie Anderson, Chenault, Beasley, Tim Patrick. Automatically playing Swift. Not even a question there, Drew. Roll it. Let's see here. We're catching up. Alejandro Scott sent in a donation, but there's no question. Alejandro. Where? Alejandro, you're sending in donations. I really do appreciate it, but I don't see a message attached to either of them, which is the issue. So, yeah, that's the problem. Let's see here. Sean R. says, per your recommendation, picked up Elijah Mitchell. Don't I start him before Clyde Edwards or Tyson Williams? Yeah, I'd play him over Tyson Williams, but not over Clyde Edwards. No, I wouldn't do that. Gunmai says full PPR flex, 2 out of 3. Debo, Damian Harris, Julio Jones. All right, Gunmai. Out of those players in a full PPR, I'm playing it Debo Samuel, Damian Harris, Julio in that exact order. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, Jonathan Castro says Antonio Brown or Swift flex in a standard. At that point, yeah, I'm still playing the running back. I'm going to play Swift there still. I think Green Bay's run defense is not great. They just lost to Darius Smith as well, so that's going to hurt them. Let's hear. Jorge La Christian says waiver question. Okay, interesting. Roster. We have James Conner or Latavius Murray. Who are you rostering? I'd roster Latavius Murray. My other 3 running backs are Najee, Robinson, and Melvin. You're the best. Thank you. I would roster Latavius Murray. I think there's more upside there potentially. Let's see here. Pitcher Rendon says Swift or CEH in a non-PPR league. Is Swift hurt? Nah, Swift is going to play. He'll be fine. As of this current moment in time, I can go confirm this. Let me go to injury report. Let's go to Detroit Lions tab on my favorites. We look at DeAndre Swift, full practice on Saturday. I'm not worried about it. I think he'll be fine. So yeah, as of this current moment in time, I do prefer Swift. But look, if you want to play CEH, I'm not going to stop you from doing so. You're the GM at the end of the day. You got to make the decision. But as of right now, I suggest Swift. Thank you. Ishram says Javonte Williams or Mike Williams flex. If it's a half PPR, I'm playing Javonte. Thank you. In a full, I'd probably go Mike. Brandon says Gronk or Hawkinson at tight end. And do I start the other in the flex over Claypool, Edmonds? Okay, as of this current moment in time, I wouldn't play Gronk over Edmonds. So I'd probably play Hawkinson as your tight end 1, and then I'd play Edmonds as your flex there. Appreciate it. Jen said, or maybe I just don't know how to pronounce it. Either way. Jenst. We'll just go with that. PPR, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Thielen, or Cooper. Excuse me. Who should I start? Other leagues, Sanders or AB at the flex. Okay, so let's do this first one, okay? So the first question is Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Adam Thielen, and Cooper Kupp or Amari Cooper. I don't know. Either way, out of those players, I'm playing whoever the Cooper is. If it's Amari Cooper or Cooper Kupp, I'm playing that person. That's just the bottom line. The order in which I do it in a full PPR is going to be Cooper, Thielen, Deontay, Williams. So boom, send that. As for your other league, I'm assuming it's also full PPR, Sanders or AB? Oh, man. I think Sanders has a safer floor. I think AB has just as much upside. So I go Sanders there. Falcon Beast 9 says Baker or Tyrod at Superflex, full PPR, 6 point per touchdown. Man, to be honest, what's the spread on that game? It's like 11 points, 12 points. I don't think Tyrod's going to be that bad to where he's not able to score. I think they do score. That's why I like Brandon Cooks this week. But to be honest, I think just the safer play is to go Baker Mayfield and just hope that he scores a touchdown through the air. Otherwise, yeah, we're in trouble. Phil sends in another question. Says full PPR flex. Okay, we have Corey Davis, Juju Smith-Schuster, Cole Beasley, Christian Kirk. I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, let me see my flex. Full PPR. I'm pretty sure Juju Smith's not that. Okay, so I have Juju Smith right there, but in terms of Corey, look, here's the thing that I like about Corey Davis. Corey Davis is literally the only guy that might be catching the ball today for that team because, it's a rookie quarterback versus Bill Belichick. Now, I went and I looked in this last week how the number one receiving targets of, respective quarterbacks that are rookies against Bill Belichick play. And though there are some games in which the best target only has like 5 catches for 50 yards, there are games in which there are multiple touchdowns to that number one guy. So I'm not too worried about it. I think last week kind of gives you a little bit of a safety blanket. So I like Corey Davis there. But if you're going to pick another guy just to be like, you know what, I need safety points, you play Cole Beasley. You get 6 catches, you get 60 yards, you take the 12 points, and you just go home and you're good to go there, Phil. But otherwise, I prefer Corey Davis. If you want an order, I'd go Corey, Juju, Beasley, Kirk. Your mom 1669 says full PPR, DJ Chark, Henderson, Gronk. I'm probably, that's a good question. I probably still go Henderson there. I appreciate it. Thank you. Clarence O, thank you very much. OG says, just wanted to say what's up, Andrew. Have a great Sunday. Patreon has been great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Clarence. All right, guys, really quickly. I do appreciate us getting the 706 likes. That is very nice. I appreciate that. I will not be trapped in this extra realm for the next 10 years. There's 848 of you. If you have just come into the channel, the rankings to the left of me are up to date. So if you need to figure out what running back to start, wide receiver start, quarterback to start, tight end start, they're up to date. They do not include the Thursday night players because, of course, that game is come and gone, and we don't have to worry about that. And somehow, some way, Graham Gano kicked for 22 points, but fantasy football. Auntie Slayer says standard: Jacoby Myers, Damian Harris, Darrell Henderson. Excuse me. Thank you. Good morning. You're welcome. Good morning. And I would say Damian Harris is my suggestion there, Auntie. Thank you very much. David Garcia says start 4. Wait, what? Start 4 main Chargers, not Williams. What do you think? What do you mean by that? 4 main Chargers? The 4 main Chargers include Williams, right? So like Herbert, Eckler, Keenan Allen, and then Williams, right? I don't know who else I don't know what else you're referring to, David. Appreciate it. Cornball Billy says better ban Summoner's Rift scoring format. Shaco or LeBlanc? Okay, I appreciate that. Listen, I'm an Udyr main, okay? I'm going to keep it a full stack. I'm an Udyr main. That's what I've played. That's how I've gotten myself to the platinum rank. But I haven't played League in a very long time. All I do now is I log in, I play promos, I get gold, and I leave because that's all I want. But I've been playing since Season 3. That being said, if we're banning LeBlanc or Shaco, I'm banning Shaco. I'm a jungle man. What are we on about, right? Anyway, thank you very much, Cornball. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Michael sends in a donation, says, hit the likes for your boy. Andrew working hard for all of us. Thank you very much. Fear the beard. Do not fear the beard. There's nothing inside of it except for extra food from last night's, dinner. Anyway, Ideen says, hi, pick 2, Aguilar, Robbie Anderson, James Robinson, Tyson. Between the group of players here, I'm going to pick Aguilar and I'm going to pick Tyson Williams. Thank you very much, Ideen. Let's see here. Miles, MC, says Corey Davis or Kareem Hunt. I'm going to play Kareem Hunt there. Thank you very much, Miles. Where are we at? Okay, we're almost to the bottom. Evan says Tyson Williams or Debo in the flex. I'm going to play Debo Samuel there. Thank you very much, Evan. Vladimir. I love that name. I don't know why. Vladimir is just, I don't know. League of Legends. How about that, right? Okay, anyway. Should I trade Cooper Kupp for Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods, 2 for 1. Do you need the wide receiver depth? If in fact you do, I don't mind it, but I really do think that based off what we saw last week and what we've heard from all the reports as of Sunday night, specifically from Chris Collinsworth, he was like, I spoke to the coaches for the Los Angeles Rams, and they said Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford are best friends now. If that's the case, then Cooper Kupp's going to get over 150 targets this year, and that is just too much value to give up. So unless you really need the wide receiver depth, let's just wait. Let's see what happens this week. Let's see what kind of value Cooper Kupp continues to kind of build. Lenny V says, should I start Robert Woods, Allen Robinson, or DJ Moore in my lineup? I feel like my weakest point is your wide receiver group. I mean, to be honest, those aren't weak wide receivers. Those are solid wide receiver twos as of this week. If I'm picking one out of the three, I'm playing Allen Robinson, and I'm probably going DJ, and then I'm going Woods in that order. But I think you're in a pretty solid spot there with those three guys. Again, Allen Robinson's going to get back on track. He just had a tough matchup week 1, of course. Let's hear. Jake King says, should I start Deebo Samuel or Antonio Brown full PPR? I'm playing Antonio Brown there. Thank you. That's my suggestion. Let's hear. Big DYL23 says, love the work. Playing Drake over Fournette. Wish me luck. You are crazy. I wouldn't suggest it, but good luck, my sir, or my lady, whichever one, doesn't matter. Very good luck. We have Matt with a question. Says, RB2, Swift or Hunt in a full PPR? Wide receiver 3, AB or CD? I'm going to play CD Lamb there as your wide receiver 3, and I'm going to play... Look, I think if you want to just get safe points between Swift and Hunt, if you just want stability, you play Hunt and you probably get yourself 12, at least 13 points in a full PPR. But I think the upside is probably with Swift getting himself all of those receptions. While in comparison, Hunt's probably not going to catch the ball that much today because they should be maintaining a lead against that Houston's defense. Let's hear. Brock Hamilton, familiar name. I appreciate you continuing the support. Thank you very much. Says, who has more upside out of Everett or Jared Cook? I think Jared Cook does. Based on how many yards and how many points they gave up to Gronk last week, the rumor as of this morning, I don't know if it's a rumor, I don't know even know if it was confirmed, they're moving Micah Parsons, their rookie inside linebacker out of Penn State that they drafted, 10th overall, whatever. They're moving him to defensive end. I don't know what kind of... they're going to run a 3-4 with, an edge linebacker that could probably drop. I don't think Micah Parsons is, of that level, but, they need to replace DeMarcus Lawrence somehow. Either way, I'm playing Jared Cook. They can't cover linebackers there. We'll roll it out that way. Let's see here. Swolger says, PPR, start 2. Jamar Chase, Robert Woods, CEH. Out of those players, I'm probably going to go with CEH and Robert Woods. Thank you. Appreciate it. The Christian, thank you very much. Thank you very much with the donation. I need to check something real quick. So, somebody just sent in a message, but it didn't have, or sent in a dono. Nick, let's see what you got here. Nick, Andres, is there a message somewhere in this chat? Nick, can I find your name in this chat? Doesn't seem like you posted one. Nick, there wasn't a message attached. You didn't really post anything in the chat as of late, so I do appreciate the donation though, my guy. Kobe says, Gaskin and Myers, both in the flex. I have White, Sermon, Pascal, Ayuk. What do you think I should do? Try to make some trades or what? To be honest, try to make some trades. I think you have to be patient, right? Because the whole question is whether or not Brandon Ayuk is going to pan out. Because if he does, then you're not going to really have to make trades. So, I think same thing with Sermon, right? They're pretty much, look, we're only in week 1, and I don't think we should be panicking and moving our paces too early. I think we need to just wait and kind of see exactly what they can do in the next couple weeks, and then from there kind of evaluate, and then if you need to move them, move them. Appreciate it, Kobe. Hova says, half PPR, I need upside. Robbie Anderson, Jacoby Myers, or Tim Patrick. As of this group of players, I'm pretty sure I don't have Robbie Anderson. Where's my Robbie Anderson this week? I got him over there. I'm playing Jacoby Myers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jacoby Myers, my number 37. Robbie Anderson, my number 42 wide receiver. Tim Patrick's in that conversation, but for now, I think Jacoby Myers against the Jets is just too easy of a matchup for him. Buffalo Anarchist said, I'm screwed in my other league with Mostert getting hurt. Yep, same. Don't worry. Join the club. I mean, at some point, you drafted Mostert because his value was just too good at that 9th round. But, gets hurt. Kind of hurts. My only other 2 running backs are Kamara and Mitchell. Okay, you're in a good spot. Would it be worth to trade Jefferson for more backs like Justin Jefferson? I think you can get away with that. It's just a matter of what the running back is, because you need Jefferson to have a really good breakout week here, hopefully this week specifically, where he drops like 25 points so you can move him and go get, a top, running back. Maybe Zeke doesn't play well this week, go trade him for Zeke. Maybe David Montgomery doesn't play, go get one of those top 12 kind of esque players. But ultimately, I think if you need to, and Elijah Mitchell does not pan out properly, then you can go ahead and move Jefferson. But for right now, I'd say wait and let's see how the running back position kind of pans out for you. Lorenzo Herrera says, full PPR, AB, Adam, or Deontay Johnson. So I'm going to assume that this is Adam Thielen, because if that's the case, Adam Thielen, AB, then Deontay Johnson in that exact order. Thank you for the flex. Appreciate it. Puff Bus Pass says Tyson Williams or Fournette or Drake in a full PPR. I'm going to play Fournette in that scenario. Puff Buff, thank you. R8 Dr. Nation says Chenault, Myers, Javonte Williams, pick 2. Between those guys in a half PPR, I'm playing Javonte Williams and Jacoby Myers. Thank you. David Garcia says starting 3 main Chargers with Cooks. Okay. I got you. What do you think? I guess if you're trying not to get burnt by playing too many Chargers, that's okay. I'm okay with the Cooks play there. Appreciate it, David. Brandon says, would you trade away Eckler and Kupp for Swift and Lamb in a full PPR? As of this current moment in time, probably not. I still think Eckler has more value than Swift going forward. And based on how well Cooper Kupp played, I think the difference between Eckler and Swift is significant enough to where Kupp and Lamb isn't going to be that big of a difference. To be honest, it's just a matter of, which of these 2 running backs can stay healthy, because they've both already dealt with injuries this season. If any of them end up missing games, I think that's the biggest difference maker. But I'm relatively comfortable just keeping Eckler and Kupp there. Let's see here. Caden says Mike Williams or Jamar Chase. Half PPR. My opponent is playing Herbert and Allen. I mean, look, to be honest, I'm not really worried about what your opponent is doing. I'm just trying to make sure that your lineup is the best it could possibly be. Did you mention it's full PPR? Let me see here. It's half PPR. I think regardless of that, I do prefer Jamar Chase, so I'm going to roll out Jamar Chase there. That is my suggestion. Conrad Garcia says Javonte Williams, Chenault, or Landry in the flex. I'm going to play Javonte Williams there, then Landry, then Chenault. Thank you. Alex says start Elijah Mitchell or Myles Gaskin. I'm going to play Elijah Mitchell there. Thank you, Alex. Stephen Bowman, another one of these familiar names, says, hey, Andrew, been here since the beginning. Yep, I know. The name is that familiar. What do you think about who I should start at the flex? Callaway, Juju, or Pittman? I'm not interested in playing Pittman. I think Jalen Ramsey is going to be all over him. That's a foregone conclusion. As for Juju Smith-Schuster versus Marquez Callaway, I don't know why I keep going Antonio Callaway, man. That name is just stuck in my brain. As for those 2 options, I personally have Juju Smith ranked higher because he's just a safer play, but I think that Callaway has the bigger upside. So if you're looking for the safe floor of a PPR flex option, Juju's your option there. But otherwise, if you're looking for the upside, let's say you played against Terry McLaurin, you're already down 20 points and you're not projected to win, Callaway might be the way to kind of get you back into the matchup. Appreciate it, Steven. Asa says, best quality content than anyone else. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Robbie says, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Mike Williams in the flex. Kareem Hunt, that's my suggestion. If I had to give you an order there, Robbie, Kareem Hunt, Damian Harris, Mike Williams. Phil with another one says, I know you do rankings, waiver wire videos, but would you ever consider doing trade help videos? Just wondering. Yeah, I've thought about doing a players to target in terms of trades. I don't want to overreact on a specific scenario in week 1 because let's say, for example, I tell you to go trade for a player in week 1 and they're actually not getting any work, then it's bad. But also, you could double down. Let's say, for example, if let's say somehow, some way, Ezekiel Elliott goes for 9 points this afternoon. At that point, I'm all in. I'm all my chips to the middle of the table. I'm going all in on him. But it's just a matter of just kind of waiting. But no, yeah, I will certainly be having like trade target videos. I just want to make it at the perfect time. I don't want to, jump the gun after week one. I know, you could take advantage of people after week one, but I know many of you guys play in pretty smart leagues, and there's not as many people to kind of manipulate in that fashion. Really quickly, while I'm on it, there's about 769 of you in here. Thank you very much for showing up. For those of you who have just trickled in as of late, we're going to still be here till about 10 a.m. my time, so that's another 35 minutes. The rankings to the left of me are up to date. Half PPR, top 36 running backs, wide receivers, top 16 quarterbacks and tight ends. For those of you who are interested, thank you very much. All right, Rush Prime says half PPR, Corey Davis, MVS. Okay, so between the two of those, I'm playing Corey Davis. MVS has a potential of scoring, but I mean, if he doesn't, we're in trouble, right? I mean, it's just so sketchy. If you want to play the risky game, then sure. But otherwise, I think that's like a DFS play more than anything. James Robinson or Javonte Williams. I'm going to play Javonte Williams. I think James Robinson needs to prove to us that, of course, Urban Meyer and that, Darrell Bevel-led offense is going to run the ball more. And if they're not going to be able to run the ball more, then Javonte Williams is going to be able to just feast today in that, kind of a matchup in comparison. Tater Tot says Swift or Rojo in a standard. I'm still going to play Swift there. Rojo is just, he played 6 snaps last week and he fumbled. Like, I don't know if I can really trust it. Anthony Barrett says Melvin Gordon or Robert Woods in the flex, full PPR. I'm probably going with Robert Woods there. I appreciate it. Brandon says need a wide receiver and a flex. Evans, Moore, Edmonds, and Corey Davis. There's no scoring format, so I'm going to assume that we're talking about a half PPR scoring format. And if that's the case, I'm going to go, even if it's a full PPR, I'm playing DJ Moore over Evans. So then the next thing is, who do I play at the flex? I'm probably going to go with Chase Edmonds there. Thank you. So Moore, Edmonds, thank you. Andreas sent in a question or donation, but there's no question attached to it. Let's see here. If I go into the chat, is there an Andreas here? Don't see anything. Andreas, you sent in a donation. I appreciate it. There was no message attached. If you want to type something in the chat, ask me. Oh, there it is. I need to know Robbie Anderson, Darnell Mooney, Russell Gage, full PPR. Between the 3 of those players, I'm most likely going to roll with Robbie Anderson. I think Darnell Mooney's kind of a wait and see how Andy Dalton kind of performs. Honestly, Darnell Mooney is more of a desperately need Justin Fields to start playing. And Russell Gage, though I think he is a sneaky hidden gem for this week, do I want to play him over Robbie? No, I'm just going to play Robbie Anderson there. Thank you very much. Where are we at here? Aaron Northcutt, another familiar name. Thank you very much. Chenault Aguilar, Tim Patrick, pick 2 full PPR. Chenault and Aguilar, thank you. Parker says, you're the GOAT. Got me another chip last season. Appreciate it. With Ayuk in timeout, yep. Should I put in Devontae Parker or Corey Davis as my wide receiver 2 in a full PPR? Man, that's a really good question. As much as I do like Corey Davis, I mean, Devontae Parker is on his heels to the point where if they can shut down Zach Wilson, then we're going to regret not playing Devontae Parker in that kind of a scenario because it's so close. In a full PPR, who's going to get more receptions? The targets are certainly going to be there. I still think that Zach Wilson is going to throw the ball in the direction of Corey Davis. I feel like he has to. There's no one else he can throw the ball to. Jamison Crowder comes back, but he's still dealing with a groin injury. I don't know. It's tough. As of this moment, I'm comfortable playing both of them at the position, but I'm leaning still in the direction of Corey Davis. That's why Parker's a hidden gem. He's only started in 6% of leagues, 10% of leagues right now. He probably won't be started, and he's still going to have a good performance. That's the rough part about it. Sean R sends in a question, but I don't see a message attached to it. Is there anything in the chat from Sean? Let's see. Sean R says, I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Hunt, Tyson Williams, and Elijah Mitchell. Who do I play in the running back spot? And do I start DJ Moore also also this is a full PPR. Okay. So as for the running back position that you need to start in a full PPR, I'm playing Clyde Edwards there. If you have a flex spot and it's between one of those running backs and DJ Moore, I'm probably playing DJ Moore there. So I go CEH and Moore. Thank you very much, Sean. Tater Tot. Oops. Where are we at here? Where are you at, Tater Tot? Says Juwan Johnson or Eric Ebron in the standard. I don't trust Eric Ebron. Not one bit. I mean, he played a lot this last week. In terms of snap counts, he was on the field, but I just can't trust it. Let's just go Juwan Johnson there. Look, you know what the worst part is? Juwan Johnson he barely played, but he had majority of the red zone targets in that offense. So hopefully it's an actual thing that is consistent and persists throughout the coming weeks. But yeah, I'm going to go Juwan Johnson there because Ebron is just hard to trust with so many receiving options in that offense. MPP808X says, what is this? Okay, Z Jamar Chase or Darrell Henderson, 1 point PPR. Okay, so if I'm picking between one of those two, in a full point PPR, I'm going to play with Chase there in my lineup. Thank you. Billington Bosman says Tyson, Gaskin, Sermon, Claypool, Sutton, flex PPR. Out of the group of players there, I'm going to play Claypool. Yeah. It would probably go Claypool, Gaskin, Tyson, Sutton, Sermon in that order, but I'm playing Claypool nonetheless. Buffalo Anarchist says, you answered both my questions about the fantasy lineup, but just want to shout out. I just wanted to shout out for my Bills. We're going to squish the fish down in Miami today. I think you will as well. So if that's any consolation, yeah, I do think that, I mean, the fact that you guys have beaten the Miami Dolphins, 5 consecutive times in a row? It's not by accident. Josh Allen is the real deal. Kelly Barlow says, trade Jarvis and LaVisca for CeeDee Lamb if you had Amari. Yeah, I would still do that, 100%. I would immediately auto-accept that trade. LaVisca Chenault and Jarvis Landry for CeeDee Lamb. Give me CeeDee Lamb as much as I possibly can get him. And because, what's his name? Michael Gallup. He's hurt. He's going to be out for like 4 to 5 weeks. So those two receivers are going to benefit incredibly from his absence. Bearded Skeptic says CEH or Elijah Mitchell. At this current moment in time, depending on your scoring format, if you play in a standard, I'm going to go with Elijah Mitchell. If you play in a half or a full PPR, I'm going CEH. Thank you. Juan Vaca Ramirez says, and I quote, Gronk or Andrews? Full PPR. Okay, so between the two of them, I'm leaning towards Mark Andrews. I think he'll get back on track this week. If you don't want to trust it and you just want to go ahead and roll with Gronk, you certainly can. I think that the amount of success the Cleveland Browns are able to find at the tight end position with Hooper and David Njoku last week, and the fact that he is the number one receiving target of Lamar Jackson's offense over the last couple of years does give me enough confidence to play Andrews there. But if you want to roll Gronk, you certainly can. It's just tough because they're going to be winning relatively quickly in that contest. Now, your second question was PPR flex, Edmonds, Mike Williams, Corey Davis. Between those three options in a PPR, I'm going to play with Edmonds there in my lineup. And then the last question you have, pick one, Debo, Chase, or Landry. I'm going to play Debo. Thank you. Asa says full PPR. Starters, Gibson and Hunt as my running backs, Devontae Adams and Ridley as my wide receivers. My bench is, and I quote, Tyler Lockett, Robert Woods, Deontay Johnson, Marvin Jones Jr., Mike Davis, Javonte Williams. Trades, question mark. To be honest, yeah, you need to get a better running back. Gibson and Hunt, it will be fine. And I think Gibson will eventually get back on track. But the fact that this team does not want to utilize him in the passing game is concerning. So, I mean, if I'm you, I'm going to try to get a package deal in which I send one of these fine wide receivers you have on the bench, probably send like a Deontay Johnson along with a Gibson and make a quick come up at the running back position. I think that's your best plan of action because I have no incentive in changing your wide receivers. You have Adams and Ridley, which are fantastic options. So again, you need to go ahead and improve the running back position. In doing so, as to who you're going after, let's see how everybody performs this week, and let's see what kind of buy low targets you can get after and potentially invest in. Nicholas Hernandez says full PPR flex, Debo, Mitchell, or Callaway. As of a full PPR, I'm going to play Debo there. Thank you. But if you need a specific order, Debo, Mitchell, Callaway. Speak Easy Sports says, am I mad for playing Patrick and Davis over Evans? Is that Tim Patrick? Yeah, I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy, personally. But hey, listen, to each their own. If you want to go ahead and run that, let's hope. And I pray it works out. Vladimir says, Jalen Hurts or Kirk Cousins? 100% Jalen Hurts, not even close. I think he has so much upside in terms of running the ball, and certainly he's going to be able to manipulate that defense that is going to be missing a lot of talented players this week due to injury. MPP808X says, trade Montgomery, DeAndre Hopkins, and Fant for Ridley, Aaron Jones, and Tanyan. Ridley is higher than Hopkins in my current. Yeah, no, I would make that trade. Yeah. Who wins? Ridley, Aaron Jones, and Tanyan. Rest of the season. Thank you. Scrolling back up. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Okay. Aaron Northcutt says Deontay Harris, Latavius Murray, Rondell Moore, Kenneth Gainwell, half PPR, pick one for the flex position. Oh, man, this is tough. To be honest, my suggestion as of this current moment in time is Latavius Murray, because I think he has the highest, potential base floor. But it really could be Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell did benefit from a touchdown last week, so did Latavius Murray. Gainwell did have more PPR upside. But as of right now, I think in terms of running the ball and just finding... Yeah, I think Gainwell will eventually get to the point where he can be flexed every week. But for this current moment in time against the 49ers, I'm just going to roll with Latavius Murray. Appreciate it. But man, I mean, Gainwell is right there. I'm not kidding. He's right there in my mind. I mean, I could do it if I'm pushed to the edge. I wouldn't mind. But for right now, safety's Murray. Nick LeBlanc says, do I play Rieger over Ayuk? I would this week, yeah. I mean, until Ayuk can show us otherwise, I think it's tough to kind of roll him out there after a 0-point week. Higgins or Hidden Gem Parker? I'm going to play T. Higgins there. Appreciate it. Flight Zone. Nick says Sutton, Waddle, or Darrell Henderson. Full point PPR. I'm going to play Darrell Henderson there. Then Waddle, then Sutton, to be honest, in a full PPR. But Henderson is the play. Jake Perez says Jamal Williams or Tyson Williams. RB2 PPR. In a full PPR, I'm playing Jamal Williams. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tony K says, do I trade Dak, Fournette, DJ Moore for CEH, Shepard, and Sermon? No. I don't think you do. I mean, who's your other quarterback? Like, if you don't have another top quarterback, then you're in trouble, right? Like, because when I look at CEH, yeah, he's a significantly more valuable prospect than Fournette going forward, but unless you don't have another quarterback, I feel like missing out on Dak is going to be troublesome. Like, if you're going to go from starting Dak every week to starting, I don't know, let's say, for example, Kirk Cousins every week, then we're not doing that. We're not. Let's see here. Mbenda2199 says, full PPR, do I start Julio or Mike Williams? I'm going to play Julio this week. Appreciate it. But hey, listen, Mike Williams is close enough in the rankings that if you feel confident in it, you can, but I prefer Julio. Jeffrey, thank you very much, says Marvin Jones or Sam Darnold in a super flex. Really? Is that where we're at? No. We're playing Sam Darnold, 100%. Here, I understand, Mark. I understand that the Green Bay Packers offense did not look good against that Saints defense, specifically last week. But ultimately, Marvin Jones literally scored in the last minute in the game of garbage time against Houston. Sure, he might get more targets this week, but he plays against Denver, and that's pretty scary. So I'm going to play Sam Darnold 100% of the time in a super flex. Quarterback over. The only time I'd ever avoid playing a quarterback in my super flex is if I have a top 10 running back that I could put in his stead, and he's in a tough matchup. But otherwise, you don't have that. So I'm going Darnold. Wes M says, love the show. Stable analysis, Andrew, thank you very much. Says 10-team full PPR, Kenny Drake or Tyson Williams? We're going to roll with Tyson Williams there. I think Kenny Drake does get himself 5-6 receptions out of that backfield, but I think Tyson Williams showed last week, purely off of the receptions and targets that he was getting himself, that he is going to be utilized in a sense in that kind of form. It's just a matter of whether or not he's going to be on the field or not to recoup that kind of value. I think he will. And it's going to be mainly a game in which they're trying to come back from being down, so they're certainly going to be passing the ball a lot. Okay, where are we at here? We got about 21 minutes specifically. We have Elijah Dillon sending in a question saying, flex Jamal Williams, LaVisca, or Waddle. I'm going to play Jamal Williams there. Thank you. Adolfo Ramirez sent in a question. There is no message attached. I mean, he sent in a donation. There's no a message attached to it, though. That's my problem here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Adolfo Ramirez says, and I quote, "My wide receivers are Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Adam Thielen, Jarvis Landry. My tight ends are Mark Andrews, Tyler Higbee. My running backs are Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon, Chase Edmonds, Kenny Drake, Mark Ingram. Please set my lineup. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and a full PPR." All right, you ready, Adolfo Ramirez? Here we go. This is your lineup. The 2 wide receivers that you're playing this week are, and I quote, Keenan Allen and Adam Thielen. Lock and load. Let's go. The 2 running backs that you're playing this week, Derrick Henry. Is a full PPR correct? Yes. And Chase Edmonds. As for the 1 tight end that you're playing between Mark Andrews and Tyler Higbee, I think that Tyler Higbee's an automatic 12 points. Oh, man, that's close. In a full PPR, I'm still going to play Mark Andrews. I trust the process. Higbee's a good option going forward if Mark Andrews starts to slide. But ultimately, I do believe in Mark Andrews this week. We're going to play Mark Andrews there at the tight end position. As for your flex, it is mainly between one of these wide receiver options and Melvin Gordon. Between Mike Williams, Jarvis Landry, and Melvin Gordon, who am I playing at the flex there? Where's my full PPR rankings before I make the wrong suggestion here? Where do I have Gordon here? Control F. Let's look up Gordon. No. Let's go this way. So we have Gordon there. Where is Mike Williams? We have T. Higgins, Jamal Williams, Javonte Williams. Where the heck is Mike Williams? Mike Williams ahead of him. Do I have Jarvis Landry ahead of Mike Williams? I don't think I do, but I could. No. I'm playing Mike Williams there. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. At the flex. All right. Kevin L says CEH or Chase at full PPR at the flex position. I'm going to play CEH there. As good as Chase looked last week, I do think that this Bears defense is going to be better than they were last week specifically. On the outside, they weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. So I think Chase is going to be in a little bit more of a difficult matchup. And I think, honestly, CEH is going to catch the ball a bunch out of this backfield today. M. Kessler, 83, says Chase Edmonds or Deontay Johnson half PPR? Good question. I think I'm going, I think I'm probably playing Deontay Johnson there. Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Aaron Roscoe, another one of these familiar names, says flex full PPR. Moore or Jamar Chase? I'm playing Moore. Thank you. Roberto says Cole Kmet over Noah Fant? Nah. In a full PPR, taking account that it is raining in Jacksonville. Is it raining in Jacksonville? Is that an actual thing? Because I hate when the weather starts to do this. Okay, let's see here. NFL weather. I do appreciate you letting me know, though. That's good looks. I'm actually curious. Is it full raining? What are we thinking here? Forecast. We're going to check out the... Where are we at? Where's Jacksonville game? Jacksonville. Rain, humid. 79 degrees. I hate these rain questions, man. I do. Mainly because I don't know how bad it is, right? Because it could say rain, but, it's drizzling. No big deal. And then they could say rain, and it's a damn tropical storm, and I don't know, I'm still going to roll with Noah Fant because the details are not privy to me at this moment, and I don't know how bad it is. Is someone in Jacksonville, Florida, in the chat and want to tell me how bad it is over there? Thank you. Appreciate it. John Butterballs says, break my lineup. Winston, Sanders, Carson, Adams, Diggs, Chase, Edmonds, Jamar Chase, Chase Edmonds, Cardinals defense, Daniel Carlson. Locked and loaded, ready to go. Honestly, if this is a full PPR lineup, you've got a pretty strong one because everyone on this team can catch the ball and will be doing so actively this weekend. So, yeah, good lineup there. Greg Lira says, help. I need to set 2 flex options. Deontay Johnson, Russell Gage, Latavius Murray, Jamar Chase, Corey Davis, Brandon Ayuk. Thanks for the advice. No problem, Greg. I appreciate the donation, supporting the channel. As for your 2 flex options, Deontay Johnson's an automatic play in my eyes, and then your next best option, in my opinion, is Jamar Chase. So those are the 2 guys I would suggest. I almost said reject. Rain favors Teddy. Played in South his whole life. Almighty Sosa, listen, I'm going to listen to you there, and I'm going to hope that's the case. Mr. Kima12 says 50% and 40% rain in Jacksonville. Okay, interesting. Appreciate it. Devin Glennon says, full PPR, flex, Cortland Sutton, Corey Davis, Juju Smith, Jalen Waddle, pick 2. And then also, follow up to that, we have roster. My roster is Wilson. Running backs are Taylor, Saquon, Carson, McLaurin. Okay, plus the wide receivers above, and then Pittman. Okay, cool. Or Pitts and Higgy. Okay, so as of right now, in terms of what we're going to do with your wide receiver position, I think in a full PPR, I play Waddle and Corey Davis there. As for your running backs, I'm sure you've already taken, Taylor and Carson there for this week. Saquon's hopefully wasn't in your lineup because, again, we've been talking about him not being the same. And then Pitts this week is going to be great. Any trade suggestions? As of this current moment in time, I think you do need to improve your wide receivers. How do you do that exactly? When I say improve your wide receivers, I just want a more stable wide receiver too to sit alongside McLaurin. So maybe in the next couple weeks, if Pitts can kind of solidify himself, you maybe move Higbee with a wide receiver to improve a wide receiver, That's my suggestion there. Andrew says, AB, Evans, or Higgins? I'm going to play AB there. Thank you. Michael says, standard league, Antonio Brown or Elijah Mitchell? We talked about it earlier. Elijah Mitchell's the play there. Thank you very much. Where are we at? I'm trying to catch up. Here we go. Apex says, is the Damian Harris fumble why you have him so low this week? I don't think I have him low. I want to start him over CEH, Miles Sanders, and Darrell Henderson. The New York Jets matchup seems perfect. I don't know. As of right now, I have him ahead of CEH and Henderson. But as of Miles Sanders, the reason why I have Miles Sanders ahead of him is because Miles Sanders is going to catch the ball 4 to 5 times today for like 40 or 50 yards. And that, in my opinion, is so much value in comparison to, the potential of, yes, Harris on the ground is going to be great. But if he doesn't capture that touchdown, that's going to be the issue. I have no, reservations about his fumbling work or him seeing less touches because of it. That's not the case. It's a matter of just Miles Sanders purely in a half PPR, full PPR, just being more valuable because of the extra opportunities he gets through the air in comparison to respectively Damian Harris. But I don't think I have Damian Harris quote unquote low. But if you want to start him, send him. He's literally sitting right next to Miles Sanders on the rankings to the left side of the screen. Those are fractions of points in between each other, regardless. Vladimir says, Niners or Bears defense? Let me check my rankings. I'm pretty sure I don't have the Bears that high. Let's go to the right. We have the Bears at number 12, and we have the Niners this week at my number 8 defense. So I'm going Niners there. Thank you very much, Vladimir. JK, thank you very much, says, I've been struggling with picking a second running back this year. I have Cook. Okay, Dalvin Cook's an automatic every week, Antonio Gibson, Harris, Gaskin, and Williams. Full PPR, 10-team league. What do you recommend? I've gone with Gibson. Both weeks fail. Yeah, look, going forward, it's just a matter of hoping that he can get back on track. Obviously, in the coming weeks, with, of course, less of a PPR upside, he's going to go and start sliding down in the rankings. And in comparison, he will probably be behind a Damian Harris in the coming weeks. But for right now, in a full PPR, Harris and Gaskin, maybe even Javonte Williams will start competing for that number 2 spot for you. But I wouldn't panic just yet. I know it hasn't looked good, but you do have other viable options that in the coming weeks can fill in until Gibson gets back on track. Speak Easy Sports says, who do I replace with Evans? Davis or Patrick? Why would you replace with Evans? What happened to Mike Evans? Did something happen to Mike Evans and I'm not privy to it? Because that would be a whole lot of pain and suffering for me. Let me see here. Got to check my little sports update. Okay. Yep. I don't see anything about Evans, so I wouldn't replace Evans. As of this week, I wouldn't suggest that. I think Evans is a better play than Tim Patrick and Corey Davis. But you can look to the rankings to the left of me if you're looking, and Davis would be my next best out of that group. But I'm playing Evans. Isaac Maximoff. I like the picture of Wanda. It says flex, Cole Beasley, Robbie Anderson, Jalen Waddle. As of this current moment in time, I'm playing Waddle there. Thank you. Matthew, let's see here. Matthew says Julio, Melvin Gordon, or Gaskin full PPR. I'm going to go with Julio there. Then Melvin Gordon, then Gaskin. Let's see here. RR Sam. Thank you very much. Generous donation. Says, I have Chase Claypool as my flex. I also have Gronk, Corey Davis, Rojo, Marvin Jones, and Bam Jefferson. Who's Bam Jefferson? Am I crazy? There's only one Jefferson that I know of in the league. Or maybe I'm just crazy because I'm thinking Justin Jefferson is the only guy. You're thinking, it's Van Jefferson, not Bam. I'm like, what do we do? Okay, Van Jefferson. Okay, anyway, first time playing fantasy. You've been awesome since I've discovered you. Have a great day. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate supporting the channel. As of this current moment in time, I'm playing Claypool there. That is your best flex option for this week. Gronk could be in that conversation, but at this current moment, I think Claypool has more upside this week. Let's see here. Sandy says full PPR, need a flex. Mike Evans, Julio Jones, Chark. As of this moment in time, I'm leaning towards Mike Evans, then Julio Jones, then Chark in a full PPR. Do I want to play Julio over Julio against Seattle over Mike Evans in a full PPR? Nah, I'm still going to play Mike Evans there. Thank you. Evan Anthony, Hurts or Stafford? Evan. I'm going to play Stafford there, but Hurts is a really good quarterback, and in the coming weeks, he should be great. Let's see here. Malcolm S says, okay, so Sean R sent in a message or a donation, but there wasn't a message attached to it. Let me see if I can find you in the chat. Sean, did you have another question from the one other than earlier? Because you said you picked up Elijah Mitchell. Should I start him over Clyde or Tyson? I said, yeah, play him over Tyson. So I don't know if you had another question outside of that, but either way, I appreciate the donation you just sent. Evan Anthony, yep, we're playing Stafford. Malcolm S said Jared Cook or Jonnu Smith, Justin Herbert or Josh Allen. I'm going to play Josh Allen there far and away because, again, the rushing work on the ground is going to give him more stability in terms of overall production. So I'm 100%, Josh Allen is my number 3 quarterback. As it says to the left of me for a reason, he's an automatic play. As for Jared Cook or Jonnu Smith, they're right next to each other. Jonnu Smith's dealing with a hip injury, but he's active today. He's ready to go against the Jets. I think in a full PPR, there's a potential where Jared Cook gets, maybe more receptions, but I think Jonnu Smith down in the red zone is going to be a bigger threat this week than he was last week. Appreciate it. So Jonnu Smith, my suggestion. Big Cat says, hey, I need to decide between Mitchell, Henderson, Brandon Cooks as my last flex spot. What would you recommend in a full PPR? My recommendation is probably to go Henderson, but I don't mind the Brandon Cooks play there. Do I want to play? Nah, we're going to go with Darrell Henderson there. Yeah, we'll go Darrell Henderson. That's my suggestion. Matthew says, Kenyon Drake or Robert Tonyan? I would probably say Robert Tonyan. I think Kenyon Drake is most likely going to get himself 30 rushing yards, 50 receiving yards, 5. Honestly, Kenyon Drake could very easily, in a full PPR, get himself 13 points. I honestly think in a full PPR, Robert Tonyan does similar numbers. In a half PPR, when we get down to the receptions being less of a value pick, I think Robert Tonyan even takes more of a step forward because that touchdown upside's there, even in a standard. So either way, I'm going to roll with Tonyan this week. Let's hear. Ozzy says tight end is Robert Tonyan or Jonnu Smith. I'm playing Tonyan there. Flex is Swift or Beasley. I'm going to play Swift there. Allen Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase are your starters. Let's see here. Okay, so start Allen Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, or Jamar Chase. I'm playing Robinson. Oh my God. And CeeDee Lamb. Can I add one more? Okay, I can add one more for a wide receiver in the flex as well. I mean, theoretically, would I play Swift or Chase? No, I still play Swift there. So, yeah, you're fine. So, again, Tonyan, Swift, Robinson, and Lamb. Alexis LeBlanc says Tyson Williams, Jamal Williams, Kenyon Drake, full PPR. At that point, I'm going to go Jamal Williams. Thank you very much. Let's hear. By Zinski or Zin. I can't even. Right now, for some reason, I can't. We have 6 minutes. Here we go. Would you play? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, bye. What's up? Would you sit AB to stack Lamar Jackson with Sammy Watkins? Absolutely not. No. Unless your league has some sort of rule in which you get extra points for stacking, I don't know why you would play the lesser wide receiver in terms of total points. So no, absolutely not. I'm playing AB. Jason Sommers says Elijah Mitchell or Tyler Boyd. I'm going to play Elijah Mitchell. Thank you. It's new. Says Elijah Mitchell or Melvin Gordon full PPR. I'm still going to go Mitchell there. Thank you. Let's see here. Jamar. Chase says full PPR, J-Rob or Kenyon Drake. I'm going to play Kenyon Drake. Thank you. Until we see more from J-Rob, I'm just going to wait on him. Eric says big decision to make. Do I start Jimmy Garoppolo in my super flex or plug in AB in a full PPR? I feel like either could be either can turn into a shootout. Personally, I'm always going to play that quarterback there. Regardless, I think there's just so much safety at the quarterback position. All he's really got to do is throw for 2 touchdowns, and he's a 20-point guy automatically at that point. So I'm going to go with Jimmy G there. Kelly says full PPR. Who do I start in the flex? Jamar Chase, Laviska Shenault, Russell Gage, Corey Davis, Javonte Williams, Kareem Hunt. Automatically, I'm playing Kareem Hunt there. Thank you. Not Steve Rogers says Devontae Smith or AB in a full PPR. I'm playing AB. Big Cat says forgot I have Kenyon Drake as well. Henderson or Drake. I'm going to play Henderson still. Thank you. Revenant wide receiver Hunt, Mitchell, Robinson. 1 running back. I'm playing Hunt. Thank you. We did it. We made it to the bottom of the list. Holy moly. We did it. Holy moly. Aaron Jones versus Joe Mixon. I would play Aaron Jones, Fisher Higgins, Lockett, or Godwin. I'd play Godwin. Jarvis or Landry for the flex. That's a fantastic question. I'm thinking Landry's probably the better play instead of Jarvis. That's funny. Chase Edmonds. Let's see here. Is there another question that came in? No. Okay. Man, that was a very interesting day. Man, I didn't think I'd be able to get to the bottom of the list there. I do appreciate you guys being here, supporting the channel. Whew. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Okay, we'll figure it out later. Sean sends him a thumbs up. Good job. Yeah, okay, let me see. Drake or Hunt? I'm 100% playing Hunt, Lee G. Guys, by the way, left side of the screen, my rankings are there. I'm playing Hunt 10 times out of 10 over Kenyon Drake this week, 100%. Hollywood Brown or Callaway? Personally, I have Hollywood Brown a little bit higher this week, but Callaway is not a bad option. Claypool or Corey Davis? Claypool. Deontay Johnson or AB? I'm playing AB. Ozzy sends another question. Darrell Henderson or Taylor? I'm assuming that's Jonathan Taylor. You're automatically playing Jonathan Taylor. No questions asked. Good luck, everybody. Yes, David, thank you very much for being here, supporting. Good luck to everybody. Lamar or Teddy? I'm playing Lamar. Mitchell or Henderson is my RB2. Full PPR. I'm still playing Henderson there. Greetings, Andrew. Jamar Chase, Robert Woods, or Damian Harris in a full PPR. I'd probably go with the wide receiver there. I'd probably go Woods. What do we have here? Deontay Johnson or Jamar Chase? I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson. I think he's just a fantastic option in that scenario. Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson. Cooper Kupp. Just like it says on the left side of the screen. Guys, even in a full PPR, very rarely will I shift a wide receiver that highly up or down in comparison to where they're currently standing in a full PPR, half PPR setting, Man, could we get 4 more likes? Let's get to 900. 4 more. That's all I ask. 4 more. Just 4 more likes. What's up, Moby1? What does it say? What do you see Saquon's returning to full snaps? I don't know. Maybe never, to be honest. He didn't look good at all. Like, the issue is he can't cut like he used to. Or maybe he hasn't. Okay, hold up. Andrew Hedrick says, would you play Zach Pascal, Peyton Barber, or Valdez Scantling? I'd play Valdez Scantling today. Not even close. Like, I know Zach Pascal could end up doing something, but against the Rams it is so hard. Do you watch Red Zone? That's exactly what I'm about to go do. Yeah. No, but look, Saquon, it may take half the season. It really might. We never know. Because by the way that it looks, outside of the 40-yard run, I think he had, 12 rushes for 22? Like, it was horrible. It's horrible. Offensive line doesn't help him. Not getting PPR work. It's a tough road back. Are the Packers still winning the Super Bowl? Why not? It's only 1 week. Don't worry about it. Take it easy. I don't give up on my predictions that quick. The Packers would have to literally go 0-5 to start for me to feel like, wait, we need how many more? 24 more likes for 1,000? Can we get that? Is that actually possible? Is that possible, guys? Elijah Mitchell or Claypool in the flex. In a PPR, I'd probably go Claypool there, but in a half, I think I'd just go with the safe running back. Mike Davis or Chase? Do not play Mike Davis. Don't do it. James, I'm telling you, just don't. It's not worth it. 13 more likes, 10 more likes. How about that? Why do you have Ridley over guys like Allen and Cooper? Because he plays Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got 2 starting secondary players out, Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy-Bunting. And I think that the offense is going to throw a lot more this week and be a little bit more efficient than they were last weekend. Calvin Ridley's typically played well against his secondary in his career, so I'm not really too worried about it. Damn, we did get over 1,000. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It is 10:01. That is all from me today. I do appreciate you guys coming out today, supporting the channel. I'm going to go sit on the couch and enjoy week 2. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Overreaction Monday, talking about some waiver wire pickups. Until then, good luck. Enjoy your Sunday. Eat some good food. And let's hope we catch some W's. I'll see you guys. Peace.